mainstream scandal. Opie and Anthony on satellite radio. Host Anthony Cumia and Greg Opie. On the virtual team. Opie and Anthony apologizing for yet another raunchy comment profanity-laced rap. Is this the last straw for the raunchy Radio Duo?
Come on, put the whole thing in your mouth. Swallow it. Freedom of fucking speech, like we've said many times, the freedom to say some awful things. You might not like it, but we have the right to say them.
Oh, my.
We have low self-esteem as a show. They are not doing anything. They're not highly skilled. They have no talent.
We're just exploiting people.
See, kids, smoke your pot, play your video games, and watch TV. You'll be better off when you get our age.
There's no ratings here. No one cares.
Enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Good morning. This might be a little too local, but JD in New York City just took a peek at the instant feedback here. He writes, don't you just want to bend Shay Ryan over a chair and make her ass bleed? Well, very good morning to you, too, my friend. You know who Shay Ryan is, right? We're not sure if we like her or not. She's like the weather girl on one of the local channels here in New York.
Yeah.
But her hairdo is a little too old.
We call her Shay Ray.
Shay Ray.
That's what they call her on the show. We go to Shay Ray for the weather.
Yo, Shay Ray.
Yeah.
She's got really nice boobs, but she kind of keeps them anchored down. Although in that shot, she's letting them loose a little bit.
Any sexy pictures of her?
No, yeah, she's trying to be a professional weather girl. Unlike a lot of these other ones, they are just using that to shake their A's.
Right.
A lot of the weather girls just want to shake their A's.
Good luck to her.
But she's got, I don't know, her hair is all fucked up.
Yeah, it looks old school.
It looks like, makes her look too old or something, right?
Yeah. Like when you watch Miss America, and this 19-year-old, and she looks like she's 30.
Pushing 30, whatever.
Because of the wacky hairdo.
You're absolutely right.
Hairdos.
They're too polished.
Yeah.
Do you like the polished girl look?
No.
When they're just over-the-top polished?
No.
Where you can't mess up anything?
Regular.
You got to be really careful if you're with them.
Regular chicks, yeah. You don't like the high-maintenance, bleach blonde type fucking shitload of makeup thing. That's
right.
Just... like some guys are like, oh, yeah, she's hot. Like Playboy chicks and stuff. Mm-hmm. No, you don't do it.
You want one that you could roll around in the mud with a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have a little fun with.
But you want them to clean up nice.
Sure.
You just don't want them to be polished all day long.
No, you got to be able to take them places.
Yeah, exactly.
Not have them look like slabs.
Exactly.
But,
I want to applaud the lion that attacked the fucking trainer.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, way over there.
Lion tamer mauled.
Oh, yeah, it's a great video. It's all over the place today.
Now. They're squirting water on the lions. The lion's like, thank you for keeping us cool while we rip this idiot to pieces.
Yeah. Can't believe they would attack a guy who wants them to jump on a ball in front of a bunch of screaming people.
And if he doesn't, he whips them.
I fucking love it.
Well, how this one started, he used a little, metal prod. I don't think it had any electricity, but just a little prod to keep him in line. And
they love that, I hear.
And the lion said, you know what? I've had it with your stupid metal prod. You're done.
Prod.
They didn't kill the guy, but it looked like they came close to ripping his left arm right off his body.
Yeah.
It was really close.
Like, how about I just rip you to shreds?
I'm a huge fan when these animals attack like this. Huge fan.
Gotta love it. What is this one?
That's the MGM one. There's been 2 lion attacks in the last couple of weeks.
Oh, man.
This one I saw last night as well, and this lion finally had it. But these trainers know what the fuck they're doing because the one stayed calm and was able to keep the situation under control.
What's because I've seen this in MGM.
Right.
This is that place where obviously there are the lions.
Right.
And you could look through the glass.
Right in the lobby.
And wow.
Look at this guy. He's just pushing his head down like you would do a cat or a dog.
Yeah, he's trying to alpha male the motherfucker.
Right. And look at this one. He's like, no, man.
He's
and
grabbing
he's just
mane.
grabbing his mane and pushing him aside.
But he wants that one guy.
Right. And then that guy got out of there. Actually, that one wasn't that bad.
Oh, man, he still wants him.
Oh, wait, unless I haven't seen the full video.
No, he got out of there. That motherfucking trainer got out of there quick.
God, the lion looks like Tina Turner, doesn't it?
Yeah.
From Thunderdome.
What a fucking beautiful animal, though.
Yeah.
Would you want one of those in your backyard,
Big
Ant?
fucking man. Oh, I would like that of tigers.
Not tigers.
Tigers.
Lions over tigers.
Yeah.
And the lion has helped the trainers. That was like when a slave would rat on another slave who was thinking of escaping. They have that fucking lion is so trained. She ran over and like kind of bit the hindquarters
the other lion.
to slow it down. Either that or you're
what
gonna
are
get
you
yourself shot. Cut it out.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Watch. She's like, hey.
Yeah.
She's helping out.
She's like, don't fuck up this easy gig.
No one shoots at us here.
Feed us. It's great.
Because if they think you're a problem, they're going to think I'm a problem. And next thing you know,
Yeah, I
we're
don't need
both
that.
fucking dead.
That is,
Yeah, that one's not that big of a deal. The new one is awesome.
that guy was doing some of that fucking lion whisperer shit, though.
Yeah.
He, like, jumped on his head and pushed him down like, no, I'm the boss, motherfucker.
That's right.
I'd have just been going like, getting all ripped apart.
Oh, yeah. Lion attacks trainers in former Soviet Union.
Former Soviet Union. We know how to train the lion.
And the town that this happened in has lion in its name or something like that.
How ironic.
I was half watching this.
Ironic.
Because as soon as I knew that the fucking guy didn't rip his arm off, I was out.
That looks like the one we were just watching. Yeah. Oh, it grabbed his arm. Nothing better than a circus where the children are screaming.
That was it, right?
Now that water seems to work a little bit, doesn't it? Whoa, he's going back for seconds.
Oh, these lions have had it.
I hope they fucking kill him.
Look at this.
Great.
It's a shitty circus, too.
Yeah, that really looks... Well, it's Russian.
It looks like minor league
think.
wrestling or something.
They
Like.
Yeah.
probably have a bear come out stapled to a fucking bike. Ooh, big lumbering dumb bear riding a bicycle.
Let me say hi to CJ in Atlanta. CJ.
This isn't CJ. This is Larry King.
Hey, Larry. What do you got
really?
for the program?
Good evening, Anthony and Opie and little Jimmy.
All right.
I wanted to ask, when training lions, how important is it not to get mauled?
We're going to miss Larry King.
Yeah, we certainly will.
We are
Won't
gonna
miss
miss
the
Larry
callers
King.
imitating Larry.
Won't miss this man.
Yeah.
It might be a little too early to do our Larry King bit. What else is going on, man? You guys all right?
Gang, gang, gang.
I have that throat sore, like.
Oh, that shit's been going around.
No, it doesn't hurt, but it's like that little tickle when I laugh.
Yeah.
So it's like a little.
Good thing you're on this show.
I won't be laughing.
Yeah, well.
Oh, gosh.
Just in case you didn't stay up, Patriots defeated the Dolphins Monday Night Football. I think it was Travis was saying 7-6 at halftime, and final score was 41-14.
Wow.
A little dismantling of
Second half
the Dolphins
blowout.
last night. Yeah, second half blowout happened. So
Blowout.
yeah, more rain in New York.
Yeah, it's just, it's like 7.
Starting to go away.
It's terrible. Just nasty out. I didn't do much. Just watched my usual Hoarders. Hoarders
fuck, I
and
can't do it.
Intervention.
Right.
I can't get enough of that Hoarders show.
I can't do it.
It's just...
What was last night's problem?
Oh, it was something completely different. Some self-centered asshole blowing off the family and friends so they could live in filth.
Right.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
nothing like they ever have on. And completely just indignant about the whole thing and complaining and going through a little box. The house is just completely covered in shit. And there's a little box, like a shoe box, and she spends an hour going through each little piece
my God.
in a shoe box.
Enough
You're like, what are
already.
you doing? I would love the show where you just diesel fuel the house. You could fit 10 hoarders in one show.
Right.
You tell them you have like 5 minutes to get whatever you want, put it in this suitcase.
Yeah.
And then we're burning your house to the ground.
Or you just tell them, "Now go on the porch. We'll be careful." And then you kick him in the ass and make him sit in the yard while their shit is burned. Give him a good kick in the ass.
While they watch it just getting burned.
Yeah.
I mean, what would happen after they cry for 12 straight hours? Then
Oh,
what?
I know.
They're going to continue crying?
They're crazy anyway.
Or they're going to have a cleaner house?
You got a nice, now you got property to sell.
Some prank show should do that, though. Make believe they're
great.
coming in to do the right thing with the psychologist, the psychiatrist, the moving companies, the frat kids. And then you pile up their shit in the backyard and have a big old
bonfire
right in front of them.
That's the whole thing too. That it's even worse now watching it when the shrink shows up. Well, hello everybody. How are we doing today, everyone? Now remember, everybody, Diana needs our cooperation. She has final say in what goes out. Don't do anything unless she says it's okay. Coddle, coddle, coddle.
Yeah, final say means in the end she's going to throw maybe a gum wrapper away.
Yeah, maybe.
If that. But that has to have some kind of significance, right?
Morons.
But what makes the show different every time you watch?
I don't know.
You can't watch the same premise over and over again.
Each family and person is a little quirky. Quirky to say the least. But they have their own little quirks. And I like how the families react, because some of the families are just like, go fuck yourselves. Other ones really want to help. They're all crying. And last night had this guy named Prince Patrick or
Prince
something.
Poppycock?
No, Prince Patrick his name was.
Yuck.
And he was dressed in like this. He got a collector of Asian stuff.
Ugh.
And he was dressed in some kind of Asian attire, and he had this doll in his car, and he was a disastrous mess.
Right.
And after that, it was Intervention with some guy that was a karate guy.
Oh, man, you did a double feature last night.
Yeah. Who turned out to be a crackhead. And he was with this woman who still loved him and everything, a fiance, and she had like kids. Mm-hmm. And, God, the daughter was really hot. And what issues she had. Holy mother of fuck. Because she was like, I love him so much as a father, and he just went back on drugs. And I'm just like, oh, who the fuck went? Oh, my.
She's perfect for you.
Oh, perfect.
I mean,
Great
perfect.
issues. Great issues. Yeah, so it was a sit on the couch and watch crap
and
television.
And watch me TV.
Me TV. That's it. Me TV.
Me TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Oh, this guy saw Hoarders last night. We got Steve in Tampa. Steve.
Hey, boys.
Hey, brother.
I can't believe this horse. I went past the channel, and I went back to it, and I started watching it. These people on the Hoarders, I mean, I got these people living on the corner from me. You can tell they're hoarders because their cars, their windshields, their dashboards are just filled with junk. So I couldn't watch this thing. I was watching it, and these people said, "Oh, I'm not a hoarder," and they got shit all over their houses. Anthony, I don't know. How do people live like that?
I don't fucking know. I couldn't. Even when I had my Pee Wee's Playhouse apartment. It was just beer cans and toys.
Right. My family dynamic growing up was really strange because I think my dad had hoarder tendencies.
Yeah.
He collected a lot of shit, and we had a huge garage that was separate from the house that was just filled with a lot of junk. I mean, you could have thrown everything away.
Oh.
And I remember I didn't know what hoarding was until probably like everyone else only a mere few years ago, right?
Yeah, like that. It's an actual thing.
Maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago. And we tried to get him to clean that garage over the years, and he just wouldn't do it. And then in the house, he had these weird collections. But on the other side was my mom that threw out everything, including family memories. So it was. So they kind of balanced each other out, I think.
Matter, antimatter.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like my mom would throw away everything, and my dad tried to collect everything. So
she'd throw away things that were for the family.
Oh, everything. Yeah, I mean everything, just to keep the house tidy. So she was on the other side of the spectrum. But I think my dad probably would have been a hoarder if he was let loose.
Did they argue or no?
No, not really. No, we all just allowed my mom just to fucking run the entire house.
Really?
Yeah, it was a lot easier that way. No, my dad sat on the couch and watched a lot of fucking basketball.
Not listening to...
No, all hell would be breaking loose. He just thought it would be best to just kind of sit there and watch TV.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And the times he got involved in, he would have to deal with like what she had to say to him as well.
Yeah, that's kind of one of those situations where I mean,
what to do?
We've all been in there, but without kids or anything. You know, you go in, you just kind of don't want to deal with the problem, and the second you bring one thing up, you're completely immersed in said problem.
Oh yeah, no, my mom was always right.
Really?
She never officially admitted to one stinking wrong.
Nothing wrong
my
ever.
entire life.
Perfect.
Not one.
All those years.
She never did one thing wrong in her. She's the only person alive.
That's great then, right?
She's fucking perfect.
Wow.
She would never go like, all right, I screwed up.
Not really, no. No. Not really. There were a lot of times that you had to go find her and apologize to her, even though she started the shit.
Just to quell the problem?
Oh, yeah.
Just so dinner got made?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, does that sound like my first marriage?
Oh, really?
My only marriage, actually.
She was never wrong?
Yeah, never wrong. And I was usually doing the apologizing just to stop the fucking problem. Because if I kept going, it was just going to escalate into said World War III.
Doesn't that suck that logically that is the easiest path?
Yeah, it does suck, but it is.
But you know,
the path of least resistance.
You know, all right, I'll apologize, even though I had nothing to do with this shit. With this. But at least it'll calm down the situation.
It would start off with like a look, I'm sorry about the whole situation thing, and I'm seething.
Yeah,
seething inside.
And does she throw in a little? Well, you should be.
Yeah, it's like
which makes it even harder to like do the part you don't feel like doing.
Oh, well,
you should be.
Yeah, it wouldn't so much be you should be.
Right.
It'd be like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. It's like, well, I tried to tell you. We didn't even need to have this argument because I was telling you right from the beginning, and all I'm thinking is, yeah, you were telling me
right.
The thing I still want to fucking argue about.
She's giving you a couple.
I'm being magnanimous here, so shut the fuck up.
She gives you a couple more shots as you're trying to just calm the situation down.
That's right. I dropped like 8 C-bombs when she walked away. Under my breath.
I loved it when she walked away. Did that make you feel better to do it when she was walking away, though? See, I would have to do it right to their face.
No, if you did it to her face, it was a problem.
Yeah, I understand that.
Then a cigarette machine was going to get dented.
Jesus. That's a tough broad.
You know what happens.
I would have said something like, yeah, well, why don't we you take that right there?
I did. A lot of times. Had to, Chip.
Yeah, I don't apologize for nothing.
It was just so infuriating to have to do that and then have to take the shit that happened after just to stop the arguing. Or it wasn't going to stop. Like, especially late at night, like it would start getting very late and I'm laying in bed, I want to sleep and just and I'm just thinking, unless I just give up, I'm not going to go to sleep.
Yeah, I don't understand some of you women out there where you decide that you need to bring up some pretty heavy shit right as your head is hitting the pillow. And you think to yourself, really, right now? We're going to do this right now, which means at least another 2 to 3 hours before this could calm down.
And it would usually start, like, in the house, downstairs or something like that, and it would just start getting kicked up. And I would think it would be best for me to just go the fuck to bed. So I'd go to bed, and then like fucking Joan Crawford, she'd be standing in the doorway going, well, we're just going to let this sit overnight?
Is she backlit at this point?
Yes, totally backlit with
backlit
kabuki makeup on. And I would just sit there like, oh no, it's come to me. The argument has come to me now, and I'm not sleeping.
Why can't you just go, yeah, we're going to just let this sit? I'm tired. We'll pick up in the morning.
Opie. Oh, no, it doesn't work like that.
I know.
How about something like this? I think your drinking is getting out of hand, and we should talk about this when you sober up.
In the mirror, I should do this?
Would that have worked?
No, because it would turn out to be, it had nothing to do with the drinking. It was whatever point was being made, which would promptly be forgotten in the morning. But it had nothing to do with the drinking. Wow.
Unbelievable.
Out at bars with my dumb fucking thinking it was going to work preface. All right, we're going out. Let's keep this in mind. We're okay right now. Look, me and you, we're fine, right? There's no problems? No problems. Like, surprise. Like, why
would you say that?
Where's this coming from?
Yeah. Why would you say
no
this?
problems. And I'd be like, no, I know.
Well,
no problems. let's just remember during the course of the night that we're going out to have fun, and there's not a problem. So we shouldn't get into any problems, is all I'm saying. All right? Yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah. A little look
Okay.
like, that's weird. Why would you say that?
Okay, everybody, in your head, imagine your best oldie-time movie of the minute hand spinning and the hour hand spinning in fast motion a couple of hours later.
Has to be in black and white.
Yeah, in black and white.
Okay.
Don't get to the calendar pages peeling off yet. Okay, a few hours goes by. You got it? What the fuck is your problem? I see. Give me that fucking look. What's the fucking look? No, you think that shot's a good idea right now? The one you... Okay, fine. No, it is good. Fine. I'm fucking fine. You're the fucking asshole. Yeah, I am. I'm the asshole. And then slowly turn and look at my embarrassed friends turn their head away really quickly.
They're all too scared to tell you that just dump the bitch.
Would they ever be embarrassed for you?
Oh, always embarrassed for me. I could tell by the quick way they turn their head away. They just zipped their head away real quick, but not quick enough for me not to see that they were looking and probably talking amongst themselves about, oh my God, look at the hell he's dealing with.
Cuttingzilla's at it again.
I got to raise my hand. I was one of those guys.
Oh, of course.
I'm like, I don't know how to tell this guy.
Oh, here
And then I'm thinking, well, I got my own fucking issues, so who am I to say?
I think this fucking shit.
Wouldn't you want to yell at her for talking to you like that in front of your friends? Like we're in public.
I couldn't do anything.
It was easier not to. I saw it go down. Now, there's a couple things there, Anthony.
Yeah.
Now, you like to party a lot, obviously, but
I like it. It's fun.
Your personality doesn't change that much when you get really fucking rip-roaring drunk.
No.
Her personality certainly did. But you were smart enough, even though you were partying hard, to realize that, like you said, you think that shot's a good idea. In your head,
yeah,
you knew that she couldn't handle her alcohol like you could handle your alcohol in those situations.
Shot, not a good idea.
But you would never think shot, not a good idea, right?
No, I would. A lot of times I would set up something with the bartender to just give me water in a shot glass.
Oh, when people were still coming around?
Yeah. I go, if someone wants to buy me a shot, I go, and believe me, it wasn't because I'm, a teetotaler. It was because I was already hammered. I didn't want to keep drinking shots. I wanted to keep drinking beers all night. But if I did shots, I knew I would be so fucked up, I wouldn't enjoy myself and my night out. I'd get sick or whatever. So I decided, I would just drink some water, because if you say you're not doing shots, the guy that wants to get you the shot is just annoyed you're not doing a shot. Give me the shot.
I always felt guilty about that, because you knew the bartender was still paying the guy. charging the guy for the shots, even though one was water.
Then he'd pocket the money. So who cares?
But realistically, especially back then when we were hanging out more,
yeah,
it was impossible to do all the shots that were coming your way.
Yeah.
It was physically impossible.
Windows.
But she couldn't handle her booze like you could.
No.
And her personality definitely changed drastically.
She
actually was very nice when she wasn't drinking.
Yeah,
and she was very nice through the first few drinks, even.
Yeah. That was the whole Jekyll and Hyde thing.
I remember hanging out with you guys, and you would just see the moment,
line, right,
where it would turn, and then man, everyone was watching their shit.
I was like, oh,
everybody.
Boy. Oh boy.
She would yell at her own mother.
Oh yeah.
And her mother was sauced too half the time.
Oh yeah.
But she would go after her if she had to.
It just happened in a second. Like I could turn around to talk to somebody, and she was fine.
Right.
But then I'd turn and look back, and I'd see the eyes. The eyes are the first thing that went. They just start wheeling in her head like pinwheels.
Oh, man.
And I'd be like, oh, no. Oh, she's past the point of no return. And then I'd just see more shots coming to the bar or something, and just go, oh, my life, my night.
Good God.
It's just done.
That's why in the end I love that you're living your life differently.
Oh.
Because I know where you've been.
I know
exactly where you've been.
I had quite enough, my friend.
And it's extremely different now.
Oof. Yeah, thank God.
It's very, very different now. Let me say hi to Greg in D.C. Greg!
Good morning, boys.
Hey, man.
Anthony, I was wondering,
Yes.
Could we go back in time and do the little clock in black and white because color hadn't actually been invented?
Oh,
Yes, this is so long ago there was no color. No, silly. All those movies were in black and white. They don't do the clock in color anymore.
Yeah, because that would be considered hack. I don't think so.
Yeah, I haven't seen the old clock thing.
Digital clock now.
Oh, right. Sure.
Yeah, see? That's what I meant.
The kids today don't even know what clocks are.
Of course.
What?
Oh, my God, that's so funny.
Linger a day.
What show was that?
That was yesterday, Detroit.
I know. Blaine and Fatty. Blaine and Allison.
Allison.
We're getting ready for Jocktober. We're going early with Jocktober today because we got Jim Brewer coming in.
Yeah.
Brewer wrote a book. He's promoting it today. I read the whole book, actually, already, and it's really good.
Where is it? We had copies.
And he's coming in at 8 o'clock to promote that. So
What's the gist of the book?
It's
Just Brewer being Brewer?
Brewer being Brewer, some SNL stories, some growing up in Florida, getting ready for, going into the stand-up. Ronnie B's mentioned, and Ronnie B's Comedy Club, and kind of like moments.
Yeah.
Brewer's very spiritual. I did not know that.
Really?
But he's religious, but he's not organized religious, I guess is the best way to put it.
Kind of like
I didn't think the guy believed in God. So we got to talk about that with him. But he's had shit happen in his life where he's completely convinced that, some kind of spiritual God thing helped him out.
Is he getting preachy?
No, he's been like this his whole life.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I didn't know it either.
Look at that.
And he would get in arguments with people that were actually a particular religion. He's like, fuck that. I could just talk to God. Look, I'm talking to him now. I don't need to be in a fucking...
Oh, so the organized religion thing annoys him?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. As well as it does me. That's where I'm at. We have to get my kid baptized, and I'm like, how about we do it when he can walk?
You know what,
and he can walk up there and do it himself.
You got to go through those motions just in case.
No, I know.
My
sister never went through those motions, and I always thought you got to do it just in case, because you don't believe in religion, just in case there is, you can't fuck your own kids out of it.
Look what you did.
Like
now he's in limbo.
I got a nephew and niece. They're in limbo. They have no concept of religion whatsoever.
Yeah,
because they decided that they actually said, we'll let them decide. But you can't let your kids decide.
No, by then it's too late.
You got to push them into something and then let them, go find their spiritual way.
The religion thing has always been the parents have to just shove the kid into religion.
And let them suffer like we did. Fuck it.
Right. Let them suffer and then let them later make a decision.
Right.
As a matter of fact, the intervention that I watched last night, the mother and father of this addict broke up over religion. The mother is so religious, and she just keeps talking about how she prays for her son and this, that. And all I'm thinking is, wow, look at what your religion did. Mm-hmm. It did nothing for your son who's a crackhead who was shaking. They had him on camera smoking crack in the basement of his mom's house.
Right.
And then it goes, he would get paranoid episodes, and you'd see him go, did you hear that? And the camera's on him, and then he'd go, he'd stand up and look around, he'd shut the light off, and he'd go, shh, just be quiet for a second. And then he spun around to look behind him. It was great. He was freaking out.
Was that Hoarders or Intervention? Because
Intervention.
It sounds like the same show. Okay.
I know,
So
yeah.
it was his drugs?
The crack had him shaking like crazy. It was great.
Right.
But it's like the mother was so ultra-religious that, and the sister was religious, and the son's like crying at one point, and she goes, it's okay. Strong men cry. Jesus cried. Mm-hmm. Jesus cried. And like the guy wants to hear this shit. He's a crackhead. Stop it.
He just had nails in his hand. He had a good reason to cry.
Good reason.
Shit hurts.
Shed a few tears.
Passion of the Christ. All right, we get it. Jesus suffered. Holy.
No. Should have took MMA.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
But the old school movies of Jesus, it didn't look too bad, the beating.
Yeah, the crown of thorns were the hardest thing.
Yeah, Passion of Christ.
Ow.
They showed you what it really was all about.
Ow, that hurts.
Couple things about religion. I think another van fucking crashed and killed everybody.
Really?
Yeah, that story's a couple days old. What religion was that? Because don't we have a new thing going on?
Yeah.
If a van crashes, then we got to count that religion out. If it's holy
van, yeah.
rollers and they get and they die in some fiery crash on the way to doing something good for that particular religion, that means that religion doesn't freaking exist.
Means the religion is horseshit.
And we had another one. If someone could help me out, because it's a couple days old. I didn't think we were going down this path today.
Yeah, you got a religious van that is driving down the Taconic and a big rock fucking dislodges after 10 million years.
Right.
And slams into it and kills everybody.
Yeah.
Your religion's horse shit.
Yeah, we're gonna take care of this for everybody.
God's angry with you.
We're shock jocks, but we're gonna tell you which religion is the one.
We'll figure it out.
Is the one in the end. Because I was walking around my neighborhood yesterday and I saw many religions represented. That's what happens when you walk around Manhattan. And
Did you see the Jews?
I saw the Jews.
Did you see the Holy Roller Catholics?
I saw what looked like either Catholics or Protestants.
Yeah.
I saw the blacks.
Yeah.
And I saw some Muslims. And I was thinking to myself, because we've done this break on the radio, like, which one of these religions is the one?
I say Catholicism.
You think?
Well, that's what I'm in, so. And not even big time.
Yeah.
Just enough to get me by, I think. Just enough for one of those.
Do you pray to God?
When I'm in trouble.
Yeah, I know. We all do.
I need something, I'm the old, in case of emergency, break Bible thing.
In the end, I think we all believe in something. I love the guys that we've had a few come on the show, and they're all tough guys, like they don't believe in anything, but some hardcore shit goes down. What are you doing?
God,
exactly.
I'm just gonna ask you this one thing.
Exactly.
Could you please just get me out of this jam?
Right. And Brewer's a minister. That's right. We'll have to ask him about that. He can marry people. He's that guy.
What is up with Brewer?
He's always been like this.
Really?
Just not the organized part.
I've only known wacky Brewer. I've never gotten in depth with the spiritual Brewer.
Brewer's deep.
I know.
He's a deep guy.
Damn.
So we'll have him on in about an hour.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Is this the story?
The Georgia one, right?
Bobby.
Yeah, there was like 4 people killed in Blakely, Georgia, or some shit like that. It's right down the street from my house, and oh well, it happens.
Yeah, here it is. Pastor, 3 others killed in Georgia church van crash.
Yeah, come Sunday, you're going to see a shitload of long white vans with 20 windows full of people everywhere.
An aging church van headed to an out-of-state revival blew a tire on a highway. So they were going to do something good for their religion.
Boy.
Blew a tire on the highway and flipped repeatedly, ejecting all 19 people on board and killing the pastor, his daughter, and 2 others.
19 people?
Well, yeah, 19 people.
That's a lot of people for a van.
But they were going to do something good.
Well, of course they were.
That doesn't make sense.
What religion were they? Does it say?
Yeah, what religion can we check off the list that doesn't exist now?
Well, it says, where is it now?
It has to be Baptist.
Killing the pastor and,
Isn't Reverend,
yeah, I think I'm
Baptist?
I'm going Baptist.
Blakely, Georgia. I might say Baptist, too.
I'm in trouble. Mike, go ahead.
Opie.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, love you. Love the show.
Yeah, what's up, Mike?
Okay, you saw the Jews, right?
Yeah.
And you saw the Catholics and the Protestants.
Yeah.
Relax. I had you.
Yeah, I basically... There's a new religion out there. It's called Black.
The Black is a religion.
Everyone's calling me out on that one. Blacks is a religion? Wrexham, Massachusetts writes.
Well,
I don't know. What are they?
Well, they could be anything.
They could be Baptists.
Normally Baptist in the South.
Every once in a while you see a few blacks in Catholicism.
Yeah. And you get a few of the black
they go
Jews.
Muslim. They go hardcore like
Muslims,
Muhammad Ali.
Right.
So I don't know.
Muslims. That's a wacky religion.
Graham in Pennsylvania. Graham.
Opie, I thought you just said that you don't subscribe to organized religion, yet baptism is an institutional organized religion.
Yeah, I know you're calling me a hypocrite, but I think Anthony described it perfectly.
Yeah, you don't want to.
I'm not doing it for myself.
You hedge your bet.
I'm doing it for him. I think you got to put... this is my personal belief. You don't whatever. People believe in all sorts of shit, but I think you have to push them towards something, so at least they got a starter kit, and then they can figure shit out.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, if some child molester doesn't dunk your kid's head in some water, then he's going to hell.
No, I'm not. I don't know if I believe that. I really don't know what I believe as far as all that stuff goes. But I don't think it's up to me to go, hey, you got to believe what I believe.
No.
I saw it with my nephew and my niece. They are soulless. They have no souls because their parents decided
soulless
that we don't believe in anything, so you're not going to believe in anything. And I don't think, in my life, I don't think that's the right way.
You just give them the building blocks and see if they want to continue building with them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all.
Well, they're soulless because the church says so.
I think
everything they say is right.
Meh.
I think a lot of the things we do in Catholicism is ridiculous.
It's silly.
It's fairy tales.
Silly.
There's a lot of fairy tales going on.
It's all silly.
So, but I gotta like push him towards something. And I don't know the other religions. That would be kind of cool to just say,
Muslim,
hey.
make him a Muslim.
Oh my God,
my kid.
Give him that little cap that they wear in prison.
My kid's gonna have white blonde hair and has huge blue eyes. So imagine making him a Muslim.
Make him a Nazi.
All right.
Yeah, well, we're keeping him close to the vest.
Yeah.
I know they're gonna try to recruit him down the road. All right, whatever.
Can I say that as we're talking, I'm like looking at Brewer's book.
Yeah.
Oh, this fucking is a good read.
Why?
Yeah.
What?
Son of a bitch.
Why? Where are you at?
He's talking about, and I remember this time when him and Chappelle signed on to do Buddies, which was a home improvement spinoff.
Right.
It did not succeed.
Tim Allen is a jackass. Tim Allen didn't really support those guys because they were supposed to do some walk-ons on Home Improvement, and Tim Allen wasn't feeling it.
Oh, I haven't even gotten that far yet.
Oh yeah, you'll get to that part.
I remember it didn't go, but Jim's just a great storyteller.
Right.
Like, he really is a good fucking storyteller.
He's an amazing storyteller.
I'm enjoying the parts that are funny are funny. The parts that aren't are just an interesting read. It's like the parts that are informational or interesting.
Right.
It's called
What a fat little kid.
Jim Brewer, I'm Not High. It's a very red cover with a very obviously high Jim Brewer.
Yeah.
You can't miss this book cover. It's great.
But
Smart to make it red,
He's
too.
cursed with eyes that make him look high all the
Oh,
time.
my God. What a little fat kid. Was that him?
I know.
Oh, yeah,
look at
yeah.
him,
He-
little fat kid.
He grew up fat.
Oh, he must have gotten punched a lot.
You know the other thing I learned about Brewer? He was supposed to be aborted. And his mom, like, openly talks about that.
Oh, my
Wow.
God.
Openly.
That's fucked.
Well, tell him over and over again that you were supposed to be aborted.
Jesus.
Whoops.
Yeah.
What happened? Missed the appointment? Fucking Damone didn't show up with his car, and they wrote "little prick" on his door.
It's a good story in there. So, I don't want to give away the whole book, but the details of that is pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's got older parents.
That's something.
The parents were basically done with having kids. They were both in their 40s, I believe, at the time.
Wow.
And, she wasn't thinking of having a kid, so
Well,
everyone told her to have an abortion. And she'll tell the story to this day. You think that affects him?
Yeah, probably. Especially earlier years, it probably did affect him a lot.
Sure. Let's go to Sandman in Iowa. Sandman.
Hey, guys. This is Sandman, and I was curious as to what Jimmy's take on religion was these days. And the reason I'm curious is because, like you guys, I kind of grew up with religion but wasn't really feeling it. Became an adult and became an addict, and after going through all the treatment and all that stuff, I'm not into organized religion now, but I am spiritual.
Yeah, I definitely know what you're saying. Hard to say. I don't really like most of it. Not the spiritual side, but I mean the religious side. But I also think that as much as it's annoying, religion's an easy target too. But there's a lot of really, really good religious people and a lot of really good religious organizations. They do a lot of work that I certainly wouldn't do.
A lot of good.
It's like they're easy to shit on, but there's a lot of organizations that are based in religion.
Doing some good stuff, and we should acknowledge that.
They help a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
But I find the sanctimonious side of it outweighs a lot of the other stuff for me.
Mm.
But I don't just dislike people because they're religious anymore, because to me that's kind of ignorant too.
Well, I agree with that. But like on a day-to-day basis, can you delve into what your spirituality is? I mean,
It's lacking, honestly, bro. I mean, I should be praying in the morning at night, just, like gratitude and stuff like that not to whoever your higher power is. It's up to you. But I've gotten away from that, which is probably why my internal life's in turmoil.
I think that seems silly to pray, like, even if you're not praying to any god or just to some entity. I don't know. It just seems like self-important to think that your dumb words are going to make an impact when whatever you're feeling should be enough to translate to this greater power that if it's sorrow for something or if it's regret or need or whatever it is, they should just pick up on it. Or whatever it is, the nature, if you want to say that, the trees and earth and fucking air, and it should just pick up on your vibe and know kind of what you're hoping for without having to verbalize and put your hands together at the foot of your bed and, verbalize a prayer.
I think it's more, honestly, I mean, you're right, but I think it's more of an act of humility or an act of stopping and pausing. Like,
oh, yeah?
Yeah, like when you pray.
It's more for you than it is you thinking how I have to get through and, open the lines of communication, the magic secret telephone to this entity.
I mean, I don't know. For me, it was like always, it was a way just to actually, like, it's real easy to go like, yeah, I'm grateful for what I got. But it's like when I look at what I have, it's a lot compared to what I deserve. If life was fair, I'd be dead.
Yeah.
I mean, really, there's no reason I should have what I should have.
I've done
and
that,
other
though.
people shouldn't.
I've done it without the religious or spiritual part. I've been literally laying on the floaty mat in my pool with a drink in my hand, just slowly sloshing around the pool. And then the thing will turn, and I'll see my house, and it's a beautiful day, and I'll just say, like, wow, this is really good. And I do appreciate that this is where I am right now. But it's not like a thank you to some magical power thing. It's like wow, whatever it was, fate or whatever. Like, I am very appreciative of where I am.
But that moment, which is it's a cool moment to have.
Yeah.
It's like I would like to have that moment every day, even though it's me pausing and saying, like, look, like in the morning, for me, it would be like
I have it every day when you walk in.
I feel the same way, except that there's a homosexual undertone to it, which makes it extraordinarily difficult to tie in with the spiritual, as he will smite us. It's almost like it's hard to have that moment when I'm in the car and I'm screaming about traffic. It's almost like it's easier to have it. Praying is, I guess, historically an act of submission or an act of pausing or an act of stopping everything and just saying, look, help me get through today or whatever. Whatever the prayer is for each person is up to them. I don't do any I don't do the Apostles' Creed or any of that stuff.
I
Just
think
my
it's
own
more,
thing.
I think the verbal prayer or even the prayer in your head but you're saying words to yourself, I think that is more for yourself.
Sure.
Than it is you actually thinking you're speaking on a special magical telephone to this God thing. That I can understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like almost a self kind of, keep yourself in check, take a moment.
Yeah.
And shit like that. But otherwise, I do think, like, if there is some kind of entity or power or anything, it should just know what you're feeling.
Yeah, I don't know how it all ties in. To be honest, I've got my idea of God or my higher power, whatever you want to call it, has changed a lot. And I don't think that if there's a God, I don't think he gives a shit if my gig is good.
Or if your sports team wins.
Or even if my friend dies of cancer, or if a baby gets hit by a bus. Because to me, there's a randomness to all of it.
Right.
And to me, there's in the end, I think it all makes sense somehow. Like perhaps this, when you look at the amount of time we're here, it's such a short amount of time that any amount of discomfort or whatever you want to call it on the grand scheme is nothing. It's like a bad thought.
Right.
So every prayer or everything, I think, is about acceptance and about coming to terms with things so that my time here is easier. I don't expect anybody to change the world for me. God's not going to change the world for me.
I like that you said it all makes sense in the end.
I think it does, sure.
I like that.
Maybe.
Well, in my life, I'm not even supposed to be here. My dad had to lose his first, wife.
Oh, right.
High school sweetheart, fucking kidney thing that would be very curable nowadays. She died of at 25, 26. The only reason I'm here. He remarried 5 or 6 years after the death of his first wife.
Right.
And had six kids, my brothers and sisters. And in his world, he says it just makes sense now. At the time, he didn't think it made sense at all. He cursed God, like, why would you do this to me? But in the end, when he became an older man, he told me, yeah, it all just makes sense now.
Hey, and I think what this guy was talking about, too, I'm going to guess you're just in a very roundabout way you're talking about being sober, right?
Yeah. I think what it was, I believed, organized religion was kind of bullshit, as far as, I realized that, they do a lot of good and it does good for some people. It wasn't doing good for me. I was like Anthony. I just thought I kind of like what Anthony was saying. I had nice stuff and I kind of was thinking like it was more due to me. And
see, there's a difference between hold on 2 seconds. There's a difference between looking at what you have and going like, the life. I love the life of luxury and I love what I have. And like being appreciative without the pride aspect of it. That's probably the one thing I try to pay attention to the most, is not having that pride that goes along with achievement. It's one of, I think, the worst things you can have. You do have to be humble, and you do have to appreciate without thinking that it was all you that got you to where you are. And that's the tough part, and that's the part of contrition, I think, that I can appreciate, and is not having that pride part of it.
And people that know religion way more than us. Christina in Boston writes, Ann is right. The Bible says God knows what's in your heart. We should just say the Lord's Prayer as an act of humility / meditation.
Yeah. I mean, even the Bible, it's not to knock it. I mean, I'm sure it's got some great messages and thoughts. But that, and again, I know some religious scholar will kill me because I'm not 100%. I believe it was, the stories in the Bible were voted on, I think 300 years or whatever it was, after Christ was dead. And that's how, it was just a way to organize so the religion had a book. And that was the ones that they voted on, which were the most popular readings in the sermons. So there's a lot of stories that were written, and a lot of that just didn't make it in.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
That's like the DVD extras.
Dude, that's exactly what it's like. The director's
cut. Can you imagine how bad those fucking stories are?
But so it's like I give the Bible a certain amount of, but people that stick to it like it's the word and that's it, it's like you're basically saying that people who voted 300 years after, whatever they say goes.
They were the big cheese.
For eternity.
Christ was dead for 300 years.
Right. Yeah. The message might have been a little skewed by that point, don't you think?
Yeah.
I've been thinking that I need some stupid spirituality in my life lately, so this is a good conversation.
Spirituality.
I'm more of an earth guy. I think it's in Britain or somewhere that they brought back some crazy, I shouldn't say crazy, but some old ancient religion, and decided to acknowledge this religion. After I don't know how many years of saying that's a ridiculous religion, they finally came. Maybe someone can help me out with this one too. They said, you know what? No, we're going to acknowledge this religion, and it's an old school one where they I don't know, it's earth, sun, trees.
Like the Druids?
I don't know. Now I need to know a little more about this. It was just a quick blurb on Winds when I was coming home over the weekend. They said this ancient religion that people just wouldn't acknowledge forever, they're going to acknowledge.
And then the depressing part is, in the end, there's probably nothing. Honestly, as a smart guy, I think it's probably just this thing that nature put in us, this need to have a God. Because we have no natural enemies,
right?
So being the dominant alpha power, there's nothing that can step on us. So what motivates us to be good and not total barbarians is looking forward and going, aha,
there's
afterward.
Something after that I have to behave now,
right?
Or else, and you're right, it would be just total anarchy, people running around, raping, pillaging, everything else.
Yeah, that prevents a lot of people from doing some fucked up shit.
Right.
Because the people can only make their own laws and enforce them so well.
Right.
Now you need this higher power with these laws that you must adhere to, or else you will pay in the next life.
Yes. And it's called Druidry.
Druidry.
They brought back Druidry.
The Druids, right.
The Druids is now being acknowledged. Druidism
was
or whatever.
Alive
Thank
and well
you,
on EverQuest, my friend.
Yeah?
Of course.
Well, now they're acknowledging it's a real religion again. So there you go, Sandman. Thank you, brother.
The Druids.
Thanks, guys.
We're going back to that crash down in Georgia that killed the pastor and a bunch of followers. Jeff in Ohio. Jeff?
Yeah, reports have it that right before the tire blew, they were playing Jesus Take the Wheel on the radio.
Oh, no. And
we destroyed that song when it first came out. What a ridiculous song. Who was that? Was that Carrie Underwood?
Yeah, one of them.
One of those came up with the religious song. This guy's saying we're atheists. That's what we sound like.
Atheist? No.
Kirby in Canada.
We don't sound like atheists, you dummy. Atheists are just like, there's nothing, there's no one, that's it.
We're
you live
confused.
here, you're a biological fucking fixture on this rock, and then you just wither and die.
Yeah, I mean, I don't just blindly follow an organized religion.
It doesn't make you an atheist.
I always question what was being said to me in the church.
Yes.
Whatever. Okay, we can move on. We should take a break, Ann, and do a little Jocktober before Jim Brewer gets in here.
Break and eat my sandwich.
We're going to do Jocktober before Brewer gets here at 8 o'clock, and also Andy Rooney. We haven't talked about Andy Rooney in a while.
What's he up to?
He hates cars and all the gadgets in them.
Oh, this old fucking fossil. God damn.
Why would you hate gadgets in your car?
Gadgets? I don't know. I'm good with a choke. I like pulling the choke. And I like crank starting the car from the front. And the radiator cap that blows off steam.
Don't you hate when you're in traffic and your horse starts shitting onto your sneakers and you're yelling, giddy up?
I like wheels with wooden spokes.
Well,
he's old.
He really is ancient. Don't you hate when a Negro walks past you with a thing of molasses in his hand?
Andy, that was so long ago.
God.
Well, save it. We'll do Andy Rooney right after the break.
Andy Rooney.
We're gonna do it right after the break, and then we're gonna go into Jocktober. There's a love-hate relationship going on with this Jocktober.
Really?
People that hate it really hate it enough that they're turning off our channel. But then on Twitter, man, there seems to be just a shitload of people that are just loving it.
We love talking about these jocks.
Commenting
on them.
I think it just brings material to our show.
Of course it does.
We're going to do a little Jocktober. I mean, we're convinced that in the end it's good for everybody.
Love it. It's spiritual.
So we will continue with Jocktober on the Opie and Anthony Show, and we're going to do that next.
You're listening to Opie and Anthony.
Getting ready for Jocktober for today.
Yes.
Where's Sam? We need Sam because he's studying these horrible radio shows across America.
Oh, boy, I can't wait to see him come sprinting down the hall with his wacky penguin feet. Here he goes. Look at his run. What a girly run. His legs, it looks like he's going to trip over them.
Oh, my God, he's got a notebook and everything.
Oh, no, he's taking this a little seriously.
Yeah, you absolutely take Jocktober very seriously there, Sam.
It's important to take things seriously.
It sure is.
What are you going to do with your hair?
What do you mean?
Like, the Afro War thing was...
Years ago.
Right.
And it's the only reason you really did that. You kept it pretty tight before that.
Yeah, it was real short.
Why have you decided to just let it go? There is shit flying out now from the sides and like from that big puff on the back of your head.
Yeah.
So what's the end game here with that?
I don't know what the end game is.
Can you at least trim it? You like your hair longer now.
Yeah, but I like it like this now.
So you just want to keep growing it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any end game. I don't have any...
Yeah, you got some kind of OCD. I love it.
Do you ever take the whatever it is that's holding that planet on the back of your head, do you ever take it off? Okay, there we go. Oh my God, look at the dust that's coming off it.
There's so much fucking hair.
Holy shit. All right, it's exactly like...
Oh my God.
It's exactly like the kid in the Boondocks fucking...
Yeah.
Wow.
That is the worst
Comic.
hair ever.
Well, it's not bad.
I hope it gets
horrible.
caught in something.
It's distinctive.
Yeah, but you can't even push it down. It just pops right back up.
I spent like 45 minutes in the shower on Sunday just getting all dead hair out because it knots up. So I got to
It knots up.
Why would you do that? It's awful.
I like it.
You don't like it.
I do. I like it long.
Let me see the back. It's kind of getting really dready.
Why doesn't your neck hair grow? I guess you're not old enough yet.
How long since you shaved?
That's an older guy thing. Fuck, you start discovering hair growing everywhere. Young Sam doesn't have that
No, he
problem
doesn't.
yet.
You know, I shaved the back of my neck.
Even his cock
You do?
is glistening.
Thank you.
It's glistening and
Thank you very much.
as if castor oil has been poured on it.
Ball bag like a clamshell.
Yeah, real smooth, little nervous sweat.
Nervous.
I think the last time it was October of. Oh, Danny, do you remember what year we started in Afro War?
It had to be
3 years ago.
It had to be
Easy.
07, yeah.
Yeah.
It had to be 07.
All right,
So you
been
haven't had a
3 years.
haircut in 3 years.
No, it's
but
been
now I
saving
think
a
it's
lot
some
of
kind of
money.
OCD thing that you can't cut it, you can't trim it, you can't do nothing.
Yeah, well, I
There's
mean,
something in your head now.
Because
why
it-
wouldn't you trim it up?
Yeah.
A little bit.
how would I trim it? I mean, what would I do?
Well, I don't
Well, that's
know.
a
We're
very
not
good
fucking
question. I don't know.
hairdressers. But you go.
Mars is a
yes.
hairdresser. Should we ask him? Yeah. That worked out so well last time.
Plus, if something goes wrong and they trim it and I don't like it, then I have no alternative but to cut it short. And then if I decide I want it long again, that's 3 years.
Well, but
It's been an investment.
But you had it short forever.
Yeah, but I like it like this.
What about your
That's not a bad idea.
Do a Paulie D.
Paulie D. I would
Why don't you? I'll give you $6.
$6.
$6? What about your lovely lady? How does she feel when you take that out?
Oh, she doesn't like it out. I keep it back almost all the time. So,
But you do understand what you have is not even close to a ponytail.
no. Yeah, I wouldn't associate it as a ponytail.
It's like a conjoined twin head. Like you have a conjoined twin head on your head.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
And that piece
There's
right
some-
here is longer than the piece there.
Yeah.
That piece is annoying me right there. Yeah.
It's deceiving because he has such curly hair. Like, pull one of those curls to show how long the hair has gotten in 3 years.
It's pretty long.
Unbelievable. All right,
Plus,
whatever.
like the end, you know, see everything's knotted,
It's
so
all
you gotta
frizzy and knotted.
rip it
What do you
off.
just rip knots out of your hair?
Yeah, that's what Jess gets really upset about. They're a little,
And you hear like,
and then plus like I'll roll it up so it gets into a ball, so it's not like loose hairs. And then I'll just put it on like on the table, and I'll be like, okay, I'll get to it when I get up, and then I'll leave it there.
His
You're
hair.
just leaving-
He's saving his hair, Anthony.
oh my God.
You got in a shoebox all these little balls that you pulled out of your
He's
head.
pulling his ends out and rolling them and leaving them laying around.
Now, there's something in his head now.
Yeah.
Wish it was a bullet.
I can identify that shit. Now he's to the point where there's something that is preventing him from getting it trimmed or
I
cut
don't
completely
get it.
off.
It's called being an ass. That's the official psychological term.
Are you just an ass?
Sam is a hoarder of asinine hair.
All right, Sam, let's move into Jocktober.
Yeah.
We got a
Okay.
busy show today. Unlike yesterday where we kind of just...
Tying it back up?
Yeah, well, I don't want to distract you guys.
Yeah, thank you. Busy show today. Yesterday we stretched everything just to get to,
It wasn't because
The
the
end of the
segment
show.
was good.
Oh, there's suggestions from Kurt Love here. Maybe you should condition it with Bob Kelly semen.
I wouldn't do that.
It would probably moisturize it a little bit.
I mean, it could, but then I would have to extract the semen, which would
You'd both enjoy it. No, just let it crust up and then pull the hair out with the semen on it and leave it laying around your house.
with little flakes on it.
Yes.
Good point from Boston BD. He writes, Sam won't trim his hair after 3 years, but had no problem trimming his cock after 20.
Oh,
Well,
man,
num-
right. The
number
foreskin
one-
Very good
with a little
point.
hole in it.
It was 19 years, and number two,
Yeah.
that's it's a medical procedure. It's not a trimming.
And Eric in Boston has a question for you. Eric?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey, man.
Sam, do you clean up downstairs? I have curly hair too, and I kind of do that.
Do you clean up nice downstairs?
I mean, that's really none of your concern, sir. But I
Same
wouldn't.
consistency? Do you tie it in a fucking rubber band down there,
it gets
too?
just as
and have
long.
this giant fucking powder puff above your cock?
Do you?
Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on, I got to record this. I like hearing my own voice.
All right. Thanks, Eric. Let's move into Jocktober. Where's the intro to Jocktober?
This is awesome.
A celebration of rap-tastic radio from around this great nation of ours.
Great. Thank you.
So turn up this turn-tacular radio.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
It's
Yes.
Jocktober.
Sam,
Yeah.
what do we got today?
Spectacular.
Well, we're gonna get hot in the AM this morning.
AM.
That's right. Because we're not. It's not an AM
I thought
station.
you meant
Oh, we're
amplitude
thinking-
modulation.
yes.
That's not a bad idea though.
Ah.
But That's the, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That's the station's catchphrase.
Hot in the AM?
Yeah.
Why would you do that to yourself?
AM, like, shitty reception and can't get it in a tunnel.
Yes.
Was all I was thinking.
That's terrible.
You could get it in the tunnel now.
AM? Mm-hmm. 1010 wins, fades out in the Midtown Tunnel.
You get it, though.
Yeah, but it's bare.
No, I honestly, I think after 9/11, they made it where you could get some AMs in the tunnels, and certainly you could get cell service.
I get 88, but I don't get wins in the Midtown
I don't know.
Tunnel.
They fucked it up.
It's too close to, like, I think this frequency that takes care of, like, the tunnel business.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be listening to, and weather will be...
We're going to be building and cleaning the wall, so keep away from the tunnel tonight at 8.
What the fuck? Put on 88 anyway. Fuck it. Well, this looks good.
Yes. Hot in the AM, okay.
We're going all the way to Evansville, Indiana.
Where the hell is that?
It's in Indiana.
Is it close to, like, somewhere I know in Indiana?
It's probably near
Gary?
Indianapolis.
Yeah?
Probably.
You're just saying that.
Yeah, but what's far from Indianapolis? It's Indiana. What difference does it make?
Safe bet.
Evansville.
It's the morning show with Adam Smasher and Shonda.
Why does Adam Smasher sound familiar?
Well, I mean...
Have we looked at him before?
His name is Adam Smasher.
See, what's funny is... It's not even like a play on Atom Smasher, as in it was ADAM Smasher.
Right.
He literally named himself ATOM Smasher.
Oh, so it's not Atom Smasher.
No, it's Atom.
It's Atom. So he is literally an Atom Smasher.
It doesn't even make any sense.
He smashes atoms in the morning.
I listen to Atom Smasher.
He's my favorite.
See, if it were Adam Smasher, it would be like, oh, his name sounds like an Atom Smasher.
But he's actually Atom.
He is actually Atom.
He's not Adam, he's Atom.
His parents named him ATOM. Atom.
Well,
no, they didn't.
You don't think so?
No.
Can I then...
Mr. and Mrs. Smasher?
Does he drive in a hydro-accelerator?
Yes. He goes around in circles. Can I guess, is he...
Watch out, though. He has a neck
wild?
tattoo, guys.
Of
course he's wild. He's got a neck tattoo. Watch out.
Shit.
You don't fuck with people with neck tattoos ever.
He's pretty hardcore, and he gets his opinions out there, and he kind of gets down like a real guy. Thank God for Shonda.
Atoms. Oh, Shonda takes him down.
Yeah, well,
What's she about?
She's kind of like, come on, like...
Is she a...
In person.
No, I don't...
In person.
Oh, my God.
Not that I'm aware of. I don't think so.
Shonda? She keep the guys from getting too crazy?
Yeah, he's like, because Adam Smasher sometimes gets ahead of himself, and she has to be like, let's reel it in, come on.
Sam. Shonda absolutely is.
In person.
Okay, well, all right. I don't see in terms of color sometimes.
In person.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a picture of them back to back?
Yeah, just kind of like...
Back to back, standing there like, he said, she said.
Right.
Standing their ground.
Love that.
Did I tell you the worst suggestion ever was my agent, Pete? We were talking about book titles one time. I was going to write a thing on relationships, and someone said something like, he said, she said, and I didn't like that, or maybe it's already done, and Pete goes, well, how about he said, he said? Like, if it's all my opinion, if I have no girl saying it.
Did you just punch him in the face?
I just got uncomfortable and hung up. How about he said, he said?
Sounds like you're in a gay relationship.
Dude, it's horrendous.
It does sound like a gay relationship.
It does just sound like a gay relationship.
How about he said, Pete's fired. Pete's fired. Oh, he has a couple of doozies.
Wow.
Is that was that indeed Shawanda or
Shonda? How come now she became Shawanda?
Well, no,
because we see that
like
she is
Shawanda to
an
me.
N person. So we might as well make it. Oh, now she's not.
Is she white now?
It's spelled like that. It's definitely SHAWNDA.
Well, we'll know when we hear her voice.
Yeah.
Like the
I mean, I don't think it's that cut and dry.
I will know when I hear her voice.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Evansville
yeah.
is in the middle of nowhere.
I think
for a
that's.
reference point.
I think the blonde is her.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that's her.
Hubba.
Shonda McNeil.
Well, I guess that explains why there's not a lot of pictures over on the website.
Oh,
she's
She not a pretty girl, Dan?
not a looker.
well, you know.
Dan, is she not a pretty gal?
If her picture's in black and white and it's the year 2010, you make your own
People are entitled to their own opinion.
Well, put it this way, I can't find a picture of her that's bigger than thumbnail size.
Oh, no. That's not good either.
She's married. She has a kid. So does Atom Smasher.
By the way, we're broadcasting across this fine nation of ours, Sam. You were way off. Evansville is 150 miles from Indianapolis.
That's really not that far.
Oh, that's just a stone's throw.
Exactly, 2.5-hour drive.
Yeah, that's nothing. Oh, God.
She's not that bad.
She's okay.
She's all right.
She's probably
She's probably a heft.
She's got a little heft to her.
Adam Smash
Put it
is
this way,
a stupid name.
That's the picture. That's the picture that you can find. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, she looks like she's at a diner, too. Way to go, fucking piggy. She's leaning on her hand, probably laughing as the cheese fries are empty. Wearing a scarf, which to wipe her mouth with.
Well, Sam, we're ready.
Fucking napkin.
Let's rock this then.
Atom Smasher and Shonda on Evansville, Indiana's Hot 96.
Keeping it hot in the AM.
What is Hot 96 all about?
They are a top 40 station, but they are more urban than some other top 40 stations. They definitely sneak in a little of the hip hop that a lot of top 40 stations do not.
So they're talking to
in person.
I don't know who they're talking to. I know they're talking to us this morning.
Okay.
W people.
Here's today's Jocktober. The show talks about keeping up with the Kardashians and talk about who's the hottest.
We've talked about the Kardashians
Sam.
before.
We sure have.
Little pop culture.
A little pop culture for everybody.
Relatable.
More amazing than that is the fact that I'm trying to play it off like I actually watched football yesterday.
You know what you were watching. Probably the same thing I was watching.
Oh, my God. Fucking
wrong.
Wow.
You were watching the same thing I was watching.
Oh, my God.
Does she have a great whole voice or what?
That's Shonda.
That's Shonda. Whew.
More amazing than that is the fact that I'm trying to play it off like I actually watched football yesterday.
You know what you were watching. Probably the same thing I was watching back and forth.
What's that?
The E specials. Did you watch all the E specials yesterday?
Oh, my
She's
God.
happy.
Why wouldn't you just belt her in the face? That's all you hear, right?
Just a buzzing noise.
Hit her with a frying pan. Tell her to go cook something.
Clang.
Right across her fucking chin.
Right.
How much that would hurt?
No, the top teeth.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
hit the top teeth.
With the side, you do it sideways with the fucking side of the frying pan. Side twice.
Evansville is the birthplace of someone very famous in baseball.
Oh, well.
Oh, I know who.
Did he have two bad knees?
No.
Marv Gresto.
Did you make a Mike Schmidt reference?
Yes, I did.
Travis, if you will, please.
Some 18 years ago, I left Dayton, Ohio.
I was Dayton, Ohio.
With two very bad knees.
What else?
And a dream to become a Major League Baseball player.
Oh. What happened?
Don't sound like a bitch.
Get it out.
I thank God the dream came true.
Did you see that jerk?
Funny every time.
God, is that a bad clip to chase you around?
Donnie Baseball, right?
Don Mattingly.
Don Mattingly is from Evansville. I didn't know that.
He also had a bad.
Who gets the credit today?
He had a bad back.
Nobody, because he
Donnie
did it from his
Baseball.
cell phone.
Dream.
Yeah,
Bad back. 7 home runs in his last season.
and he leaves teams right before they're ready to win championships. What's wrong with this guy?
I was getting a hot dog. His last Yankee Stadium home run.
Yeah.
In a playoff game against the Mariners. Ruben Sierra and him went back to back.
Ah.
And they won an amazing 15-inning game.
And you've rationalized it into that it was a hot dog?
No, it was.
I swear it was a hot dog.
Yes, I wasn't in the urinal.
And Hawkeye smothered a chicken. Or
How many years did he play for the Yankees?
I don't know.
14.
6 months? Oh.
14 years. 14 years, no titles. He leaves, and then the Yankees win how many in the
I know.
since?
He was a good
And
player.
do you know?
Though.
Oh, a couple.
How many World Series since Mattingly left?
It has to be 2 or 3.
He obviously was holding
5 or
back the
6.
team.
Yeah.
5 or 6 after he leaves.
Buck Showalter also left in 95. The last series he managed, I believe, was that Mariners series, which the Yankees won the first 2 and then lost the final 3 in Seattle. And I think he overmanaged a lot. And I think Torrey coming in the next year helped. '94 was the strike, and that was the Yankees were supposed to win. They were good that year too. Fuck.
Yeah. '94 was a good year for the Yanks.
I think they were 6 games in front of Toronto when the strike hit, if I remember correctly.
Wow. Okay. All right, let's get back into this. It's Atom Smasher.
Yes.
More amazing than that is the fact that I'm trying to play it off like I actually watched football yesterday.
You know what you were watching? Probably the same thing I was watching back and forth.
What's that?
The E specials. Did you watch all the E specials yesterday? Oh, with the Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh, I did watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
They had a complete marathon all day yesterday. It was awesome.
I never really got into Keeping Up.
Can you hear that she's just holding everyone back?
He
He almost sounds like he would have a good show.
He sounds like he's disgusted.
Right.
Like, no, I didn't watch it. Oh, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Oh, yeah, I did watch that. Yeah, whatever.
And in all fairness, a lot of these radio guys are forced to have holes.
Yeah.
He might be one of these guys that is forced to have a hole.
Wow.
And name himself Atom Smasher?
Atom.
All right, maybe that's not the greatest name.
I never really got into Keeping Up with the Kardashians until recently, just because,
So good.
God, Kim is so hot. And I got to tell you what, the mother, I think she's hot.
That's what Dave said.
Oh,
Dave,
Chris is hot.
Yeah.
I don't know
Pause
how
that
old
for a
she
minute.
is, but I don't...
Who the fuck is Dave?
Yes, Sam. Who's Dave?
Dave is her husband.
That's what Dave said.
Her husband.
Oh, her husband?
her hubby.
Yeah.
That's what Dave
That
says.
eunuch.
Oh, you think he's a eunuch?
First of all, the mother's hot. Meanwhile, he's looking at the younger daughter. Can't say a word, or else she'll get all fucking offended.
Or Bruce Jenner's fucking burn victim face.
Poor Bruce.
And that burn victim hairdo, that wig, whatever it is. I'll bet you fucking Dave's a man's man, and I'll bet you fucking he told Fatso he thought she was hot while he was shitting and she was licking his ball bag. I bet you Dave was getting an almost blumpkin, and she was smelling his chili shits while he talked about how hot the Kardashians are.
Yeah, she failed to mention what they were doing.
Exactly.
Dave said that she's hot.
While she was kneeling there like a fucking fat porpoise, putting her nose in his ball bag. Had a boy, Dave.
I think she's hot.
That's what Dave said.
Oh,
Dave,
Chris is hot.
Yeah.
I don't know how old she is, but I don't care if she's had plastic surgery. She is sexy, and she is a cougar.
And we all like cougars, right?
Don't we just all love the cougar?
Yeah.
If you're into cougars, you got like a fetish. It's a fetish that's, whatever you're into. I don't give a shit. But don't make it sound like everybody's, Uncle Paul.
Right, everybody's.
Don't make it sound like everybody's like, wow, cougars. Most guys don't like the fucking cougars.
No.
You don't think Kim Kardashian's mom is hot?
Punch up a picture of her.
She was. I met her one. I did Atlanta with her and saw her in person. She's not bad.
Not going to get you work.
She's not no. But I'm not into older women. That's not my thing. But she's not an ugly woman. She's just a little older for me.
Of course she's not ugly. Look what she
when you're
pushed out of her vagina.
Just say it. Look what fell out of her cunt.
I was trying
while she was jogging.
Yeah, when you're looking at the daughters, and then there's her there, you're not going to look.
But
stop it.
Then she's
She's a pretty woman, though, man.
She looks like fucking. What's her name from Three's Company?
Well,
Joyce DeWitt.
Joyce DeWitt.
Yeah, but know what you got to do? You got to get older pictures of her to see where she was at because she's got all the fucking Hollywood plastic
Time goes
surgery.
by.
But she's
It's
fucking it
over,
up with
Johnny.
the Botox and everything else. Like,
That
what did
shit's
she used to
over.
look like?
Fuck what she used to look like. Hey, what about her kids now?
She
They're
hasn't
fine.
she hasn't pumped out one ugly daughter yet. She's 5 for 5.
Yeah, but it was all with fucking Robert Kardashian,
No,
wasn't it?
She had 2 daughters with Bruce.
How old are they?
They're
They're
already modeling and all
Are
that
they?
shit.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're going to be the next show that this woman pushes out there for all of us.
They're those 16-year-olds that are in
They're
the...
16?
Yeah, they're doing, but they're still doing the bikini and little underpants modeling.
Right.
No, the daughter she had with Bruce Jenner, they're hot too.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Yes.
Wow. Have to
Yes.
investigate that. Oh, yeah, she's hot. Get out of here. What a frump.
She was hot in her day, I'm sure.
Yeah, who wasn't?
And as far as an older woman goes, she's hot.
I don't know.
Cougars look a lot worse than that.
Cougars are all just fucking yuck.
The problem with cougars,
The
problem with cougars, their asses smell an hour after they shower. Like a younger girl could shower and their ass will smell nice all night.
Like cotton candy and homework.
But as soon as the cougar showers, within an hour, their ass is already smelling.
What are the physics? What are the physics behind that?
Jimmy just said, you're right. He
their
knows.
back sweat leaks into their ass crack.
From the hot flashes?
Yeah.
And estrogen?
And their bra strap is too tight trying to hold their bar in, and it causes a rivet, a divot in their back, and it channels it channels their back sweat right into their fucking hiney crack.
Oh, God.
A 17-year-old girl could, I don't know, shower in the morning, go to cheerleading practice. She could do all sorts of shit, and everything's smelling nice right to the end of the day.
Dude, she could be running
within an hour. Things start smelling.
At that age, a girl could be running while on her period with a shit ponytailing out, and her pussy would still smell good.
What is that about? I know what it's about. It's all about moisture. You got moisture, constantly flowing through everything. It's fine.
That's why toilet bowls have water in them. You take a shit, it's better than a dry fucking toilet or a spackle bucket.
Right.
You notice how that stinks a lot more?
Oh, yeah.
Of course it does. So the moisture kind of keeps the scent at bay.
Yep. Dilutes it.
Right.
At
and
bay.
then you get a hold of at bay. And then you get the old chicks, the cougars, they're a little dry.
All right, let's get back to Atom Smasher.
Atom and Shonda.
And now they're trying to have a second baby. Like, they're trying.
Kim is the sexiest. Chris is the cougar. Courtney is she's definitely hot and
she's super cute.
And Chloe looks most like a man.
Oh.
So
she does not.
Because they got to pee too, Adam and Shonda are coming right back on Hot 96.
That's how they ended that segment?
Wow.
Yeah.
She is not.
She is not.
Yeah, ended with a bang.
Wow, is she the definitive hole?
Yeah, she is.
Just that is the definition of the hole. Keep him quiet. Hey, no.
I mean, that was a little kind of on the mean side for Atom.
Below the belt.
Atom Smasher.
Atom Smasher.
Hey, Sam, could we get the listeners helping you out? I want a whole montage of holes for this Jocktober.
Yeah, you can send your favorite holes to primetime.
My favorite was
at SiriusXM.com.
Last year when we did Jocktober, we followed one hole's contribution to the show. And
we isolated?
We isolated everything she said all morning, and there was nothing above oh my.
Yeah, a lot of teeth sucking.
Nothing of substance. Just, guys.
Come on.
Now.
Do we still have that? It's been a year since we played it. Maybe E-Rock could find it.
E-Rock is our librarian.
Yeah, he really is.
He is. That's his job. He's a show librarian.
E-Rock has just become a librarian for the show.
That's true.
That's his job.
That's it.
I am the curator of the Opie and Anthony archives. Yeah.
All right, so they went to break there pretty impressively.
Yeah, is that true?
You want to hit him with something solid.
Yeah. Is that true that E-Rock uses the dummy decimal system
I don't know.
in his library?
Oh, come on, Ed.
No. Come on. What are you
That's not what it's called.
What is that?
Is it then because he eats so much the Chewy decimal system?
It isn't called.
Is that what E-Rock's using?
Somebody woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Maybe his ass and ball skin sweat so much it's the gooey decimal system.
Gooey decimal system.
Shit.
Or he stands there eating grass, it's the mooey decimal system.
Come on.
Maybe because, he did have that problem with oral hygiene. It could be the Pewy decimal system.
Oh, wow.
That's right. Or maybe it's Rick Sanchez and he does the Jewy decimal system.
Who knows? Just look in the Tard catalogs and see what comes up.
E-Rock does the baby Huey decimal system.
He's probably hearing. Well, he's probably not hearing this actually.
Does he hate that Steve got fired?
Oh,
yeah. Well, he doesn't know you make fun of him as much as you do. He's taking naps.
It wasn't a firing, but you know what I'm saying. It
Yeah.
might as well have been.
Oh, okay. No, he takes
Poor
naps
Steve.
whenever it
Does
gets
he?
tough. Yeah.
All right, listen.
The Stewie decimal system. Stew.
Let's get back to Jocktober.
I don't have a cluey decimal system. The dumb as a pool QE decimal system. Oh, no.
It'll go all day.
Yeah. Back to Jocktober.
Yeah, what's going on there?
With Atom Smasher.
Atom.
They do a story, I guess.
Story, that's my
Okay,
word.
they do a story about some parents duct taping their toddler. Shonda feels bad.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go. There's the picture. The parents are in trouble.
Oh, poor thing. They should be in trouble.
How was she?
Exactly. She had her face
What
in
they're
a fucking
calling heartbreaking
Krispy
photos.
Kreme box. She was licking the pieces that stay in the box after the donut box is empty. Yeah. She was pulling fucking mustache crumbs out of her face.
She was bent over doing her own nails, toenails.
Yeah, off mic.
Yeah.
She had to jump in.
There you go. There's the picture. The parents are in trouble.
Oh, poor thing.
Maybe she's bulimic and she was throwing up her breakfast in the wastebasket.
Puking.
Oh, they need me.
There you go. There's the picture. The parents are in trouble.
Oh, poor thing. They should be in trouble.
What they're calling heartbreaking photos. 22-month-old toddler stuck to the wall in his home by duct tape after his mother had been partying with her boyfriend at her home in Lincoln, Nebraska. She's 18.
Nice.
And I guess they thought it would, be funny. They
Come on.
they taunted
It's
him.
not fucking
and
Shatner delivery.
Know why? Because he
Captain
fucking
fucking
hates Shonda. He's distracted.
Yeah.
And
I got this figured out. I feel bad for Atom.
And he was...
Atom Smasher doesn't want to be doing this type of radio.
Must be smashing atoms.
18 years old and doesn't quite know how to party like right.
Sometimes you got to keep them from jostling around.
Duct tape them?
Yeah.
Yeah, it works well.
To the wall.
To the wall. How do you duct tape to a wall?
You got to face them to the wall.
Oh,
and then you
shit.
just put tape around them.
Oh, that's not good facing them to the wall, Uncle Paul.
You put them about 2 feet up.
Oh, God, no. Uncle Paul.
Make yourself a treat.
They taunted him, and it's really sad.
Shut up.
By taping his favorite drinking cup just outside of his reach.
Oh. Sardine oil.
Why? I don't know.
And the poor thing is hanging off of the tape, so he's trying to you can see where he's obviously trying to get, and that must have hurt his arms.
Sam,
where's this picture?
I didn't read ahead, but I have to say it.
What's
This
that?
is a bit.
You think it's going somewhere?
It's such a bit.
There
What
is
are they doing?
There is a second track to this story. There is more audio of them
Horrible
covering this
actors.
story. You don't think they're
sippy
being...
cup just out of... Stop.
You don't think it's a real thing?
No.
Must hurt his arms.
What do they do? Put him up on Facebook afterwards?
Probably.
Oh,
yeah.
So probably how they got busted.
You're going to get in trouble for that. All right? You're going to get in trouble for that. And they used some kind of duct tape, but, it wasn't even... If you're going to use duct tape, use
See where it's going?
Use the correct kind of duct tape.
What is that? It's like green decorative tape.
You should see this this duct tape's ridiculous. When I want a duct tape writer to punish him, I go to one source.
Hi, Dead Billy Mays here.
Oh, no, here it is.
You got it right, Opie.
It went right to a bit. All right.
Know why? Because he couldn't sell it. Like, when you said the William Shatner delivery, I started thinking, wait a minute, why is he not selling this story? If you got a story like that, it's so easy to do.
Yeah.
He wasn't believing in his own bit. Or was he trying to lead to this dumb bit? Was there a bit and then it leads to another bit?
No, they just brought up the story.
This guy's mysterious.
Yeah.
Punish him. I go to one source.
Hi, Dead Billy Mays here. Is your toddler tearing a hole in your social life? Then you need toddler tape. Toddler tape is perfect for when no one wants to babysit your brat. Whether you want to go shopping, check out your favorite band, or for no reason at all, toddler tape secures any kid to any wall. And if you order now, I'll include absolutely free Mouthy Putty, the perfect way to make sure children are seen but not heard. So take it from me, Dead Billy Mays. Toddler tape. Just like a child endangerment charge, it sticks.
There you go, Shonda. It sticks.
You know what's funny? Billy
Not
Mays
that.
is like the
No.
Tupac of infomercials. He keeps coming out with stuff. It's like
Somebody got injured.
Ending commercial.
Jesus. Can we hear that genuine laugh again?
Wow.
No one laughed. I've never laughed like that.
What did you hear the
You know
joke?
what's funny?
Oh.
Billy Mays is like
Good
the
point.
Tupac of infomercials. He keeps coming out with stuff. It's like the never-ending commercials.
Oh. God, I hate the fucking laughing stunt guy.
Was that Atom?
That was Atom laughing.
That Atom
Was it really?
Smasher
Oh, yeah,
laughing?
that was Atom.
Why would he laugh at that?
Because it's like Tupac kept coming out with records, and now Billy Mays is still doing infomercials even though he's passed on.
No, maybe something. No, maybe that was. Maybe there was something we couldn't see. Like, you know what I mean? Like maybe as she was saying that, a fucking mouse ran into the room and she jumped up on the chair. Poor Atom.
Atom's
That's what she did. She ate him.
One guy just writes, "That's why I pay for radio." Well, I think this is why we do Jocktober.
That is so fucking
We're great
bad.
and everyone else sucks.
That's
That's
it.
what we're trying to tell the world.
That's the lesson. We make fun of people for no reason because we're better than them.
That's right, Sam.
Yes.
You've learned well.
So do they talk to Ralphie May after he laughed like
Atom Smasher and Shwanda on Evansville,
Shonda.
Indiana's what?
Shonda, not Shwanda.
Whatever. We can't pronounce her name.
Swan dive?
What did Anthony call her?
Shawanda.
And what's her name? Shonda.
It's Shonda.
All right, from Indiana's Hot 96. They talk about Dog the Bounty Hunter. Atom gets a little mean for Shonda.
Like Shonda, yeah, she's
too mean for him.
Yeah.
For her, I mean, yeah, whatever.
I want Dog to be okay. Evidently, it was something that stemmed from an actual, bounty hunt.
Mm-hmm. He had internal bleeding. Internal bleeding. He was admitted to the hospital. He's been released now, but I mean, it was very scary at the beginning.
Is it called a bounty hunt, or is it?
It's called a bounty hunt.
Okay, or is it like a
It's called a bounty
trailer
hunt.
trash hunt, or can we call it like Where's Waldo and his rolling meth lab?
You are supposed to be in a good mood today.
I am in a good mood.
Bounty hunt.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, God, how do you put up with that all fucking day? It's like having a bitchy girlfriend right there. What the fuck is that? Stop it.
Do you know what sucks? He was obviously getting to a line and fucking... And blimpy calves fucking... No, it's a bounty hunt. It's like, do you not see he's setting up a line, even though it wasn't a good one?
She just wouldn't... What,
Is it called...
supposed to be in a good mood today.
Yeah.
Oh, I was. You showed up.
Exactly. I heard you were dead like Snake Plissken. I was feeling great.
Let me go to John in Miami. John.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good, John.
Well.
Hey, man, can we knock this Jocktober stuff off? If I want to listen to these idiots out in Indiana, I'll drive out there and listen to them. I can't handle it, man. Go back to talking about the church bands crashing or something.
Yeah, we're not going to do that, John.
Yeah, we're just going to talk about Jocktober.
Yeah, we're not going to change our whole radio show because you don't like it.
We do this.
That's why this fine satellite radio has 1 million channels.
John, you're supposed to be in a good mood today.
That's
now, what
right.
are you doing?
This is a good mood, man.
Now, what are you... Oh, now. Hit an abutment.
Oh, come on now.
That's mean.
Yeah, boys.
That's not nice.
All right, John.
I guess some people just hear us playing a recording and don't hear the hijinks and shenanigans between.
Well, they're called the apes.
Apes.
Yeah, they think Jocktober, and that's all they think. Not those
okay.
type of apes. I'm
I thought
talking
you meant something else.
across the board.
Okay.
People that are just not as smart or intelligent.
That is true.
They think Jocktober, and that's all they think, instead of realizing this is just bringing material to the show that we
we're
can
able
just
to
go with.
comment
And even
have
so,
fun.
even if they just heard the clips, if I lived in Indiana, I would listen to Atom Smasher every day.
That's
just
right,
because.
Sam.
Smasher. To hear him get fucking bulldozed by
Yes.
that twat.
Did you hear all the jokes we did today just because of Jocktober? We did the whole cougar thing, and their assholes smelling an hour after they shower. And
Yeah.
it led to all sorts of fun.
Krispy Kreme donut box.
Yeah, sure.
Made fun of E-Rock for like 5-7 minutes.
That wouldn't have happened if we weren't doing Jocktober at this particular moment.
Well, there might have been a reason for it.
Yeah. All right. They play an excruciatingly long Dog the Bounty Hunter mullet bit.
Fuck.
Now I'm with that guy from Miami.
Yeah.
How are we supposed to play this clip if that's the setup, Sam?
It's very long.
Oh, my God. What's the first problem with it?
Well, they start with a joke, and then they take that joke and extend it for over 60 seconds. It's just, they did the dog story, and so now they have to have a bit which they made themselves to their credit. But unfortunately, since neither of the two of them have any sense of humor, it's devoid of that. But instead of humor, they added length.
Oh.
Which is not generally the formula I would think would be effective for comedy bits.
Well, let's try to get through this quickly because we got Jim Brewer at 8 o'clock.
I don't think you will be able to get through quickly.
Seriously?
It's long.
All right. Excruciatingly long.
Yes.
Anthony.
I'm listening.
You ready?
Yeah. Shonda, I got a hold of the 911 tape.
You did.
Yes. And this is a very bone-chilling, if you will, as you can hear.
This is for real.
As you can hear, his wife is very, very distraught over the phone. Dog, 911 call.
911, what's your emergency?
Yes, it's my husband.
What's wrong with him, ma'am?
He's got a mullet.
Okay. How bad is the mullet?
It's pretty bad.
All right, first of all, Atom doesn't change his voice for bits.
No, he does not. He cannot change his voice. He can't do impressions.
He's not an impressionist.
It's good they went right for mullet instead of hinting to it a little bit first
Right,
and then hitting.
yeah, that there was a problem, something with his head.
Yeah.
You know, so you can make it sound like almost a head injury is happening, and then you hit him with the mullet thing.
Right. Oh, my God, what's the problem? An empty boat. What?
What do you guys think they talk about for the next minute and a half since they brought up mullet to start with?
I don't know.
His mullet. I'm going right for that.
Listen to him not even trying to change his voice for the bit, by the way.
He does these impersonations. I swear, you would think it was the real people.
Why didn't Atom
Smasher
get someone else from the station to do that part?
Maybe everybody read the script and refused.
Oh, really?
It's his bit. He should star in it.
He sounds a little bit like Tom Green and a little bit like Joe Rogan.
Except with neither the talent
And
of either.
And a lot a bit annoyed.
What's wrong with him, ma'am?
He's got a mullet.
Okay. How bad is the mullet?
It's pretty bad. It's long and curly in the back and kind of feathered at the top.
Okay, ma'am, calm down. I'm going to have you help me best identify the type for medical personnel when they arrive. Is it wavy or feathered on top?
She said feathered already.
Wavy. Yeah, definitely wavy.
She said feathered. Pay no mind. I thought the same thing. Is like, man, that 911 dispatcher sounds a lot like me. But, my voice is very generic.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Your husband has a carny mullet, and I am sending out help right now.
Is it bad? Is he going to live?
It's pretty bad, but we think we can help. It's not a rat tail or anything, but, could become one over time if he's not treated. Is it back, or is it in a ponytail, or is it all out?
It's pulled back. I didn't want to touch it.
Okay, I need you to let it out, but don't move it too much.
They're still going.
Okay, it's
still,
out.
Yeah, it's
still
going.
Wait, where are we?
But Dog has a mullet.
I just checked my Twitter.
Yeah, Dog.
I know I shouldn't be doing that, but
Dog the
what
bounty.
happened?
Dog the bounty hunter has a mullet, and his wife called 911.
Oh, he's supposed to be. Wait, she's supposed to be imitating Dog the Bounty Hunter's actual wife?
That's right.
Now I'm into the bit a little bit.
Yeah. See where the laughs are?
No, once you know what it's all about, it's great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I just realized it had gone on for a while, and there were a lot of blank stares in here. Everybody kind of just waiting for the noise to stop in their headphones so they could talk.
We don't want Joe from Miami proving us wrong.
Too late.
Move it too much.
Okay, it's out. Now what?
Sit there with him and keep the mullet elevated. Rescue workers are on their way.
That's very important, Shonda. If you find yourself in a similar situation, you always want to keep the mullet elevated. Write that down.
Because they got to pee too, Adam and Shonda are coming right back.
Oh, my. There was no ending to the bit.
No.
Well,
the voice guy came in.
Keep the mullet elevated.
That was the punch. That was the big kicker, the big out.
See, what happened was the show met up and said we should do a 911 call where they call 911 because Dog has a mullet. And then they stopped thinking after that. And then they just recorded something.
Well, thank God we're going to move on.
You think so?
Atom Smasher in Shonda.
Yeah.
Evansville, Indiana's Hot 96. We're almost done for the people that don't like Jocktober.
Who's that? I don't know anybody like that.
You got Joe, man.
That's crazy.
Well, the guy with the worst beard in history on fucking Morning Joe.
Judah Freelander, nice.
It says comics inspirational karate book. Like it's real.
He could grow a beard fast, too, huh?
He really can.
I wrote a book.
Here we go.
I've gotten thousands, by the way, of Jocktober request emails, so enough of this.
Good.
We don't like it. Everybody likes Jocktober, and if you don't like it, you're in the minority.
Yeah, I think the majority likes Jocktober.
Loves Jocktober.
I understand there's a bunch of people that don't.
No, not even a bunch.
I can like everything we do.
A small handful.
Sure. Shonda talks about showering with her young son.
What?
They do a longer bit.
Yes.
What does that mean?
You know the dog bit?
Yeah.
They do a bit that's like a little longer.
Oh, God. About her showering with her son?
It's about her son, yeah.
What's that about?
Happen to have my young son in the tub.
That sounds a little inappropriate.
Does the son feel like he's showering under a sewer pipe?
Oh, jeez. Because of all the filth.
Howie and I, we will, on occasion, a couple nights a week, we will take showers together because it's a lot easier.
Let me tell you something, Shonda. I want the soap this time first. You get pubes in it. Ooh, showering with Howie.
That's her 2-year-old son.
Oh, it's her 2-year-old son? Yeah. Oh, I thought it was Howard.
Well, I got you, baby Howard. This can lead
get over here, Shonda. Ooh, you're hot.
Howie and I, we will, on occasion, a couple nights a week, we will take showers together because it's a lot easier. We both take our showers at night.
Yeah.
And we were showering, and Howie looked at me, and he goes, Mommy, you have a big butt.
Gross. Why would you say that? It's radio.
It's not what he said anyway.
She said, all the better to get big black dick in.
That's inappropriate.
No?
For the son.
Any Dickens coffee around?
I need some Dickens coffee.
That fucking ruled. See, we would never had Dickens coffee if we didn't do Jocktober.
I know.
Have Edgar Hollick bring it in.
That infuriated everybody. Were you here for that, Jimmy?
It's not Edgar, it's Al.
Oh, right.
You weren't here for that?
It's fucking funny.
People were so fucking pissed off because everyone refused to do the right goof name.
I've actually done I got people. I was in a store when I was a kid, and I was like, tell them that Mickey Hunt.
Mickey Hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's up front waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
See?
Mommy, you have a big butt.
Oh.
And I went,
and she said, hey, you have a big cock.
He goes, Howie, baby butt, Mommy, big butt.
Oh, no.
And I could not believe it. I'm like, what are you talking? Where did you learn that? Like, it's just the craziest thing, the things that come out of that kid's mouth.
Mommy,
why is that crazy?
Like a vagina.
That story sucked.
It's
crazy.
Jimmy, it's cute. It's a cute story of mother and son that can talk showering.
What a terrible fucking
Perhaps when
story.
the kid starts talking, you stop showering.
I agree.
Like bathing a child is one thing. You know, you take them in the bathtub, their Uncle Paul, and whatever.
Sure.
But getting in a shower...
She said they shower together 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
What's that about?
It's a lot of showering.
Well, she has a little soap dispenser right there. You can just shove the bar up. Mommy, you have a fatty pubis. Mother, your pubis is fatty.
It's just amazing what comes out of kids' mouths. My pubic hairs.
Wait, we haven't heard from Ted in a while. Ted, you used to shower with your mom?
I certainly did, Gregory. To save water.
Yeah?
Yes, till I was 23 years of age.
Well, that sounds logical.
Yes, Mother would make me wash her back a lot.
Did Mother have a big butt?
Yes, she did. She had a lot of badunk in the trunk. She made me say that as I washed it.
As you washed it?
Yes, and she noticed that I was tenting under the suds. She would put a little bit of soap in the hole to make my tent go away. Theodore, this is incestuous. Said, Mother, you've got junk in the trunk. And then I would make little bubbles in the tub.
Would you have to towel her off?
Yes, I would. I would dry her thoroughly.
Yeah.
While she was still in the tub. So we could do it all over again. After he was fired from Corvettes, and then 2 guys for stealing.
2 guys?
Yes.
She worked at 2 guys?
Yes.
What are the trivia?
She was stealing brawny towels from 2 guys. A 60-pack.
60. That's a lot of towels.
Yes, she was trying to put them under her shirt like bosoms.
Bosoms. By the way, Kevin from Connecticut writes, Mommy, get out so I can get wet.
Kid is getting no water.
Yeah.
I could not believe it. I'm like, what are you talking? Where did you learn that? Like, it's just the craziest thing, the things that come out of that kid's mouth.
Mommy butt.
Mommy butt.
Yeah.
Mommy's butt.
Mommy's butt.
That's how we.
Why did you say mommy's butt is big?
Mommy butt.
Mommy butt.
It's like, whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. It's a big butt.
Yeah, Howard and I
Shonda
were
texted
discussing
me.
my butt afterwards.
Shonda texted me and she told me about it. She was traumatized and she said, Howie just told me, and my reply was,
well, see, I stick up for you and your looks, and you agree with my 2-year-old.
Mommy.
It's Howie.
Hi, Howie.
Why is your butt so big?
Oh no, Howie.
Oh, you made it that way, son.
But when you stand in front of me, I can't see around it.
Her kid's got progeria.
Yes, you can.
Her kid
Don't
is
lie.
chipped.
You're making mommy feel bad.
School,
Oh no, here's a Billy at school story. Shonda, you hate that stupid Billy.
he agreed that you had a big butt too, and then his mom came to pick him up, and she doesn't have a big butt. She has big boobs though.
Yeah, because she had a breast augmentation. That's why.
They don't move.
Oh well, breast augmentation, Howie.
Why is that?
Do we have to keep doing this?
This is God.
End of story.
Awful.
End of story.
What are they doing?
That's Howie, her 2-year-old son calling.
That's god awful.
What the Christ?
So he's talking to a fake Howie?
Yeah.
For what purpose?
Well, because they just did the Howie in the shower stories.
But that was good enough. That was a good little
No, it
fucking
wasn't.
this is my life type of shit.
It wasn't good. It was horrid.
I said good enough.
Incestuous.
I wasn't expecting
It was terrible.
gold.
If they would have if she would have just done this with her pen,
Just click her.
that would have had the same entertainment
The same
value.
reaction?
It's a fucking god awful story.
It's breast augmentation.
What's a breast augmentation?
Shauna, this is all yours.
Well, it's where you.
No, incorrect. It's something you don't need to know about right now.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we shouldn't discuss it right now.
Yeah, maybe you should.
Are you gonna get one of those?
No, sorry.
Who enjoys this?
I overheard Daddy talking on the phone to someone said, and he said he wished you would.
Oh no!
Oh, great.
Get at us, tag us, and follow us on Twitter. Find out how at hot96.com. More Adam and Shonda coming up next on Hot 96.
Stop.
That's abysmal.
Well, that's a consultant too. You got to.
Oh my!
And on a laugh.
Going to break, you got to hit him with something like what you think is strong.
Yeah,
a punchline or something like wow,
big,
like a wow big thing.
They got to. Wow, I got to stay tuned. If that's what I'm left with.
Oh, this is horrible.
Yeah, I don't even know what to do with that one.
It's just
That was
fucking
so
terrible.
douchey.
Well, the last clip for
Thank
today's Jocktober.
God.
Atom does an auto-tuned song about the food he wants to eat at the Fall Festival.
The Fall Festival is a big event in Evansville.
Yeah.
Hey.
They put a blue ribbon on his fucking co-host. Disgusting mess. Get it? She's a cow. Or a pig, sure.
And before we play the track, Sam
4-H.
writes, it's very long.
It is.
No one's going to listen to this if you tell them it's very long.
Well, I mean, it is long. I don't know if we're
So
proving
I thought,
points.
I'm going to go over the Munchie map and come up with some, some of the things I want to try this year, but I'm going to sing it in auto-tune like T-Pain.
We're on this T-Pain kick.
Why?
Why
not? So once again, you can get the Munchie map, by the way, hot96.com. It's some really good stuff this year. And now here it is in auto-tune. Little T-Pain inspired Fall Fest.
I'm just
Turkey
chilling out.
testicles, apple dumplings, apple fritters. Give me some more now. Banana cupcakes, banana bread. I eat it all. Soon I'll be dead from the fried grease. Cholesterol, barbecue nachos. I want it all. I want it all. Caramel apples.
Sammy just removed his
Caramel
headphones.
puffs. Catfish nuggets. They all the stuff. Cheese balls, cheese soup,
He
cheese
puts the
sticks.
pain in T-Pain.
Cheesecake on a stick. It makes me sick.
What the fuck is that shit?
We're not supposed to be getting angry, Sam.
It's the foods you could get at the Fall Fest.
Can we stop right here?
Yeah, this is making me mad. Like I'm not having fun with this Jocktober.
It's not fun anymore,
this is
Sam.
Angering me.
Don't you guys always forget Jocktober. How it always starts fun, and you guys always are
Do we always just get mad?
You get so upset at everything, and by the end of the month, you don't want to work in the business anymore. Every year.
I forgot about that.
Fried cookie balls, fried cookie dough. Is it fried? I wanna know. Yeah, I wanna know. Fried Oreos, fried Snickers bar. I'm gonna puke in my car. Polish sausage, Monte Cristo. Anything pumpkin, I'm good to go. Give me a tater twister.
They can't even auto-tune correctly.
No. He's using the T-Pain app on iPhone.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, and he has no clue how to use it.
Tornado
Definitely.
taters, triple chocolate delight, fried alligator, a walking taco, wedgie on a stick.
Why is she laughing so much at
I'm
that?
eating it all
Some of the food you
until
get.
I get sick. That's good stuff. Give it to me now.
24
I
seconds.
want it all. What? It's the best time of year.
20 seconds.
It's fall now. What?
Is this over?
Yeah, it's over.
Somebody just texted in, who sings this song? Adam sings this song!
Because great minds need a break every now and then. Oh, and the sick ones, too. Adam and Shonda will be right back.
A threat.
Yeah.
Their fucking bumpers are threats.
No wonder every radio show is being told to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, just play the
They're
songs.
doing nothing.
Wow.
They play music, too, by the way. This is what they're...
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how little they have going on, that they have
Damn
songs, and this is what they have.
Unbelievable.
I can't get past that one.
I'm going to assess the situation. This Atom Smasher wants to be doing something else in radio.
Yeah.
He was forced to fucking team up with Shonda.
He's
'Cause
not
that's-
very... Even
That's
without,
what radio thinks is the way to go.
Yeah.
He's not very funny,
Yeah, but
unfortunately.
you can hear
Well,
that.
no, he's not.
You
He's
can hear
not.
he could be doing maybe some fucking afternoon drive, a little edgy shit in between some rock songs.
Like Scorch?
I don't know.
Like Scorch.
Yeah, exactly like Scorch.
Maybe without
I don't
her.
even want to kill him because it sounds like he's just isn't into this particular gig.
Without her, like, fucking just trotting into him like that.
And she's a typical hole.
Yeah.
She's no worse than the rest of them.
She
out
is
there.
exactly what a hole is
She's
supposed to be.
exactly like the rest of them.
And he did that whole autotune song by himself, so that was pretty good.
Oh, boy. Great stuff right there.
Well, maybe you should have done the auto tune.
I think so.
Yeah. Where are we going tomorrow with this Jocktober?
I don't know. Again, we could still head back home to New York.
Are we ready for New York?
Are you ready for New York?
Oh, I'm ready for New York.
Because New York, generally, you guys get very upset because that's the #1 market, so you're expecting certain things.
We got to
then
do a
the
few New
best.
Yorks this year.
Oh, I know.
Scott and Todd, because
Well, there are a
at
few-
this point, Scott could barely talk.
Yeah, Scott and Todd will be visited for the third year in a row.
All right, good.
Right.
Good, thank God.
3
And-
years running.
I think there's one. There's at least one other show that will absolutely get visited for the third year in a row.
Okay.
You want to know what it is, or should
No,
I surprise you
I
later?
I like when it's a surprise.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
please.
and I can think of another one that I think I'm going to visit for the third year in a row.
All right. Do we have that whole montage? Did the librarian find that or no?
The library.
I have the produced piece that we made, but I don't have that dry track that
All
I
right,
think you're
you
talking
know what?
about.
Play that as
Okay.
the out for Jocktober today. As we go to break.
We have to make sure Iraq has checked the lard catalog.
Up next, Jim Brewer, who wrote a fine book, and we'll talk about him and his book.
Is
next.
he here?
He's right outside that
Oh,
door,
good.
ready to go, man. So stay there.
And now, the Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus. Sirius XM.
One of our favorites in studio, Jim Brewer, everyone. He's got a new book out called I'm Not High. But I've got a lot of crazy stories about life as a goat boy, a dad, and a spiritual warrior. That's a long fucking title, Jim.
Dude, the name was really hard to maneuver.
I like the part I'm not high.
I like
that.
the I'm not high. And originally I was going to say I'm not high, but I just looked that way. And then the manager, I mean, everyone, they wanted to push the family thing.
Yeah.
And so
And it's in
we all agreed on this.
It's in bookstores today, right?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
That's so cool.
Nice. Right.
That
It's
is
weird.
nice.
We've been very close.
It's weird.
Many times to writing a book. But
Why don't you guys write about? I don't understand why you write
there's
a book.
stories that will burn bridges and
What bridges?
How could you burn more bridges?
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
There's only a couple left.
Your
and we would
nickname is
burn
the
last.
flamethrower kid.
I know. we would burn the last two bridges we could cross. Is what I'm getting at.
Who are you burning? Don't worry about it. Light the
I-
fire. Throw the gasoline.
I think we're just
Who
about.
was
ready.
fucking skinny, by the way? How much weight did you lose?
Well, now I got to lose more, but I lost like 10, 15. Well, since I saw you, let's see. That was Pizza Man Story Days.
Pizza Man.
Maybe
that wasn't that long ago.
maybe 12, 15 since
Look
then.
very healthy.
Why do
Thanks,
you?
Hammer.
Why do you feel?
chubby little boy?
I was 82 pounds in kindergarten.
My God, I'm looking at that picture.
Look at how
It's like-
retarded I am right there. How fucking funny is that?
How do you get to 82 pounds in kindergarten?
I-
Because you're not
Did
meant to
kids
be
just
fat.
Punch you in kindergarten?
No, there was only one other kid.
Yeah.
Fat kids rule in school. You can't. You
Yeah.
hit us. Once we get you to ground, it's over. They'll lay on you and
Goofy
squash
fat
you.
kids though, like fat kids that want to fight, you're fucked.
I was a fat kid wanted to fight.
Okay, goofy fat kids though are so abused.
Cry.
Yeah.
It's
You would
not
just, you would just pinch their fat.
Once you're fat and crying, you're done.
Snot.
Your life.
snot on her face.
Snot bubbles.
Out the one nostril.
What?
Not funny. And they got bad haircuts.
Oh,
fat-
little fat kid.
Oh,
but
it's bad.
you fought back then. Okay.
No, I was because on my street I was the king of the block.
Yeah.
Because when I went to school, I kind of had the same mentality, and so yeah, I didn't play around. I played the wacko.
Yeah.
You know, if they start a fight, like you want fucking,
Okay.
you know, I start kicking the wall. I'm Godzilla. I'm Godzilla. I'm King Kong. I got electricity. You're like,
what a maniac.
But how did you get to 82 pounds in kindergarten? Because no one in your family's fat. You're not supposed to be fat, obviously.
I had a babysitter who was
Yeah.
Italian. So my mom would drop me off at 7 in the morning and then pick me up at 4. And I swear to
I
God,
thought it was Pavarotti.
yeah, I swear to God, I think I ate.
She's fat.
Boo. I think I ate hamburgers and French fries every single
day.
day. And as soon as I came back from school, she'd give me ice cream to shut me up because I was hyper.
Wow.
So and then I'd watch Freddie Prinze. What was that show?
Chico and the Men.
Chico and the Man. I used to watch Make Me Laugh. Make Me Laugh with
Make Me
Howie
Laugh.
Mandel.
That's right.
That was on during the day.
Bobby Van was the host of Make Me Laugh.
And-
Wound up getting a brain tumor and dying.
Oh, and
that's
Hawaii
sad.
5. Wait, no, not Hawaii. Who's the Hawaiian guy? Had a show. Don Ho,
Don Ho had a show.
right?
That
Remember
rhymed.
Yeah, I remember Don Ho.
something like that?
With
What's her
his stupid
name?
ukulele.
That's right.
Chicking.
So then I go home and my mom like eat dinner. Like, no. And meanwhile, I already had a meal and ice cream. So I know if I had another meal, I get more ice cream. Dude, I used to have to go to the nurse's office. That was embarrassing
Why?
because the nurse would come. I was 82 pounds in kindergarten.
Wow.
And I broke 100 in second grade. So
That's crazy.
so the only thing going for me was Sally Ann Costello was fatter and Noel Garzon. So once they start hitting on me, like, well, Noel's 120. But the nurse would come and she's like, James Brewer, Noel Garzon, and Sally Costello, come with me. And we come out and they were like, what'd you eat today? Like, nothing. I had cereal. Yeah, I was packing, whatchamacallits, and Babe Ruth. I wasn't fessing up to this
What?
nurse pig.
So I guess how long were you fat till?
I think I was fat ant till I want to say 14 when I discovered girls.
Yeah,
and like,
you
this
gotta
ain't gonna
trim
happen.
down. You
This
gotta
ain't
get
gonna.
working.
Yeah, I got myself some roller skates. We played roller hockey every day. And there were twins on our street.
Yeah.
When I said twins, I mean twins.
Yeah.
Twins right across the street, and they had a pool. So the first couple times everyone go in the pool, I realized I was way out of order.
You can't be peeling that shirt off and looking all cool.
Funny.
Right. I'd make the big loud noise off the side, like, when I kick off the side above ground. So I realized, oh man, I gotta tighten up here.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So
Impress
that's
the twins.
That's when it happened. I got rid of my tits.
No. Now, Jim.
Got rid of your tits and got to grab onto someone else's.
That's right.
Very nice.
That's right.
I read this book in 2 days. I loved it.
Damn.
So I don't know I don't know where you want to go with this because I mean there's a lot of great stories in there.
I don't care.
So, well, I told these guys that you were supposed to be aborted.
Yes. How
That's
funny. Which comics loved. They're like, you're supposed to be aborted. I think you were. Doesn't that mean you might be born retarded? Which obviously you still are.
What I like about the story, though, I'm sure there's a lot of people that were supposed to be aborted, but they don't know about it. Your mom openly talked about it.
She tells me.
She told you and everyone that would listen that you were supposed to be aborted.
I said, this is when I get my mom. She must have been wasted all the time. She would go, I went to the doctor, and I said, I have terrible gas. And he said, you're not pregnant. And then 5 months later, I was dancing with your 5 months.
She had no idea.
How do you not know you're pregnant? And she said, I felt a kick while I was dancing with your father. And I went, oh, that's not gas. And they all said because of her age, she should abort the baby and get rid of the baby, and we'll give you something, we'll get rid of that sucker. And as my mom said, something told me to have this child. Just have the child. And she probably back then really just wanted to clamp onto my dad, take his whatever money he had left. But
another obligation.
And she obviously was partying and stuff because she didn't know she was pregnant.
No,
most girls will slow down the partying a little bit because they're like, oh shit.
My dad was her fourth husband. So,
oh, okay.
If there is a fourth husband, I don't even know they were married until like 10, and I went, Where's your wedding pictures? There's no wedding pictures.
Oh, no.
Where's your wedding pictures? And then one day they were watching TV and they're like, oh, that's the guy who married us. And I walked in and they're like, Judge so-and-so of Valley Stream, Long Island today wins an award for, most garbage cleanup. And she's like, yeah, he married us. So I still to this day, I don't know what happened.
What kind of marriage?
I just assume my dad was a bartender, who was, I think, still married, but going through a divorce. He was a raging drunk, from what I understand. He not a mean drunk, but a World War II still in the jungle drunk.
Sure. Old school. An old school drunk.
Right. Let's go out to dinner, and while the waitress is going, today's special's inside, he's hearing todo mokai, todo mokai. Are you ready to order, sir? Oh, the Budweiser. Budweiser. So, yeah. And so,
he was still fighting the war in his head, huh?
Oh, God.
All his friends, now that I look back, the one guy killed himself, one guy hung himself, one guy drank himself to death, and they were all World War II guys.
Yeah, wow.
And they got him a job. 2 of the guys had heart attacks, and they were all like our age.
Wow.
Just our age, coming back from the war, and that was
just
it.
Had too much. They saw too much.
There is no Dr. Katz going, so tell me about these images you have in your
Yeah.
Do you feel guilty of watching another man's skull bleed to death?
Yeah, then it was just like, you did it. You come home. Now you live your life with your young lady.
Like, go bang and start kids.
Yeah.
Forget where you just came from. People, it's America. We'll give you $100 in booze. Today we're going to have a VFW hall to celebrate these great American heroes.
And they're all fucked up.
Yeah. Hey, Georgie drank himself to death, but he's an American hero. Fuck Russia.
Holy
fuck Nazi Germany.
That's so true.
You know?
You're so right. You ever go to the VFW hall with your dad? Did he go to those places?
I did. You know,
I used to love going there with my dad when he was alive.
Me too. And he went to
They were so fucking racist. Holy.
Well, that's what.
But they didn't know any better. I mean,
that's all they knew.
Old school racism.
Absolutely.
There was a Polak there, a black guy, a Jew, an Irish, an Italian, and they just beat the shit out of each other all night long.
How many Tuskegee Airmen does it take to tar a roof?
Nope. They loved it though.
Hey, Leon, come here. I want to touch your bird head. That ain't funny, Jimbo. That ain't funny.
Quiet, Spooky.
Yes.
Hey, Jewbag, I'm buying a house. Can you help me out?
And here they come, America's troops leaving the ships that were just in Europe, coming back to the United States to their loved ones that I'm sure they will beat with their fists if dinner is late.
Yeah, as soon as this celebration's over.
Here they come.
It's a horror show.
Here they come. There comes the first one. And and he's puking over the side with a bottle of bourbon in his throat. And his penis is hanging out. An obscure scene, however, a true hero.
James Smith has just got off the boat, and he's walking by a Japanese restaurant. He's now killing everyone inside.
What
There
a
you
great
go.
day for Odd Nation.
Still saying, go get 'em, boys.
Brewer's so right. Just buy a nice little house in the suburbs.
No help. Just forget about everything you saw.
Hey, listen, all that killing and murdering and all that jazz and all your friends getting blown to pieces, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You did a good cause. Go have a cocktail.
Well, he still has blood on his uniform from his best friend's brains. But he's supposed to just go to the bakery and go to work.
Hey, read the local newspaper. Look what's going on in the box office. Let's hear the latest on Lindsay Lohan. Welcome back from Iraq. We really care about your cause there in Afghanistan. Hey, Tom Cruise has got a new movie coming out. How about that guy? And his new car. God bless America, where we put everything important right up in front of the news.
You have no legs, but Elliot Spitzer's got a new show.
Hey, while you come back on watching your friend's corpse, hey, don't forget one of the Jets are holding out for $60 million to defend a football. Hey, God bless America.
It's just, there was no help.
But we really care.
We care for you and yours.
God, that's great. That is just great.
As the great James Hetfield would say, sad but true.
Love that fucking song.
Oh, God.
Damn, man.
Yeah. That's reality right there. That's heavy reality.
Brewer, fat kid, was supposed to be aborted.
Yeah.
Mom has no problem telling people that.
It's pretty cool, you know.
It's a great book, Jim.
I
It
think
really is a great
young
book.
comics will like it. I think, I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
I wanted more dad stories, but that sounds like you're setting up for maybe a second book or something.
Well, like him crapping himself?
Oh, shit.
Dude, that's a nightmare.
Wait, you don't
he's still
wanna deal with
crapping?
You- listen to this one. I went to, I did like 14 days. I'm in Iowa. I'm in Dubuque, Iowa. We roll up to this gorgeous hotel. Gorgeous hotel.
Why are you down there?
Playing. I'm performing there.
For 14 days?
Well, it was like Des Moines, Chicago, all these different
Gotcha.
things.
So you
Midwest tour.
Yeah, very excited. So I come, we're at Dubuque, and there's a casino there, beautiful hotel. We get out. As I'm getting out, I'm checking in, and now he's already crapped himself twice. I've already had 2 incidents where I'm dry heaving my balls off.
You're just taking him on the road with you to hang out.
Yeah, because otherwise he just stares at a wall waiting to die.
Right.
Oh, fuck.
That's really what it comes down
It's
to.
reality, man.
He's just staring at a wall waiting to die.
So you're trying to do the right thing as a son.
Thank you, Yanks.
One of your crap stories is in the book. The plane one is just terrific.
Oh, the plane, yeah.
But anyway.
That was a tough one. This one's funnier and more tragic, and just, this is so recent. The kid comes up to me, he's got a camera, and he goes, Brewer, your dad has to go. He has to go now. I know I've got about 5 seconds to get him out in the toilet or it's over. So I go there, I open the door, and when I open the door, there's shit on my fingers.
Oh, fuck.
Right. So I'm like, what what is this? What? So I'm looking at his hands. I can't understand where it came from. It's not on his hands, and it's fresh, and I can't tell where it's coming from.
God.
So I pull him up, and as I pull him up, I put him in the wheelchair, and I'm looking, I don't see nothing. So I roll him in. It's a beautiful hotel. I mean, it's businessmen are all having their meeting, and they're drinking wine. It's like hot cocktail hours. I get in, and as I'm checking, I can smell it. So I'm like, oh man, I see people looking around, and I look at him, he's got shorts on, and I don't know how I missed it, there's clumps of dung just hanging at his shorts. So, yeah.
Are we supposed to laugh?
You have to. How can you not?
Bad.
So I roll him to the corner of the room where no one could see him. I'm like, Dad, you don't fit. It's like a dog when they're 15. It's just tragic. So I'm scooping out his poop with paper towels. I'm dumping the garbage. I finally get him upstairs and I'm showering him up. But when I went downstairs, where I took him out of the car, there's a pile that must have fell out of his shorts, and it's on the sidewalk. So, and one of the most, it's such a surreal moment in life to see like where we go in life. Like just, there's a billion flies all over this thing, and people are just staring at it and going, I can't believe someone let their dog just defecate on the sidewalk. And I'm like, man, it's my dad. It's my dad. It's not a dog's crap. It's my dad's crap. Yeah, it's fun stuff, man.
Oh, Jesus.
Try to keep your ass off. I mean, like, hard.
Do you smell your fingers for the rest of the night? Like when something's bad on it, you can't help it.
Yeah, you get bars of soap and you're digging your nails in it.
Just clawing at the soap to get it under your fingernails.
It follows you everywhere.
Yeah.
Don't think you can leave us.
Now, the obvious. Why doesn't he wear adult diapers?
He does. But just like kids, as you will learn about yours, kids sometimes have ones that just, the diaper can't hold it. It explodes right through.
Yeah, we got that going on already.
So I starved him the last 3 days.
Because you didn't want to do it.
We were going on a plane. I starved him to death. There was no how, screw that.
Starve him.
What are you gonna do? I can't have him crapping all over.
You had him do it on a plane one time? I don't know the story.
Oh, Jimbo.
That one's
You had to go into the bathroom?
Oh, no. We're on one of those little puddle hoppers.
Oh.
We make it all the way back to Newark. We're taxiing to the gate. We're about 5 feet from the gate, and he turns to me and he goes, I got shit. I said, Dad, we can't stop on the taxiway. He's like, yeah, I'm fine. You sure you're fine? I'm fine. You sure? Yeah, I'm good. All of a sudden, I smell it. And I'm going, oh, no. I said, did you? He goes, no, I ain't. I can tell the way he's sitting.
Yeah, a little sideways.
No. He's got the one cheek up, and I went, he dropped it. Thank God, I'm not even exaggerating, there was like a 2-year-old kid behind me crying. So I'm trying to get the rest of the cabin to start staring at the kid like someone needs to be changed. So when we get off, I don't realize it's there until as I'm walking him up because it's so small. I'm backing up. And then when I backed him out to get in his wheelchair, you just see in the back of his pants. So I brought him into a Continental President Club.
Yeah.
I roll him in there, and I'm like, he can't have a club card. I'm like, I don't have a club card. I got an emergency. I have the pub. I'm not using the public. I'm using the private. Oh, okay. Go in there. I mean, I get him in there. It looked like someone took algae and just threw it all over his legs, his pants. Was on the chair, and as I'm trying to clean it, I'm literally like, ugh! And he's going, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm like, I know you didn't mean it.
Oh, God.
But the worst is when other people come in.
Oh, my God.
People coming in, and now they're coming in for the show. They don't know, like, what's going on in the bathroom? Like, I don't know, there's some guy in a stall.
No.
And the smell is horrifying.
Now, do you carry, because you know he might do that, do you carry extra pants or something?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I carry pants, diaper, shirt, because when he craps, it goes up his back. It goes down his pants.
Just like a baby.
Yeah, and the worst is when he craps himself and he gets on the toilet it's all in his legs. So when he gets up from the toilet, I forget. I'm not gonna wipe your leg on the toilet.
So is it just age, or was he sick? Or
it's age.
Just age. Okay.
It's age. It's like a dog when they just sit there and they're shaking and it just squirts out their ass.
How old is Pops now?
87.
Jeez.
Fuck, man.
God bless him.
How do you have an 87? He was old when he had you. You're a younger guy for an 87.
45, I think he had me. And I keep asking him, like, you want me to pillow? You won't even feel it. Sleeping. Middle of the night. If you ever, just let me know. Let me know. I'll totally do it. Don't worry about it.
Is he coherent at all? Like you guys talk?
He's very coherent, but now he won't, it's weird, man. You see your dad, and he does absolutely nothing. He won't read a paper. He won't watch television. He just sits waiting to die.
Wow.
And so the only time he's coherent is when I show up.
Wow.
When I show up, that's it.
Is he living with you now?
Like once a week.
Yeah,
He'll come in for the weekends and stuff. Yeah. And my mom wanted him back. Like, bring him back here. Which is, she just barrages him.
Oh.
As he craps, which he feels horrible for, she's like, "You're disgusting! You can't see this coming, for Christ's sake! I'm not cleaning shit or I'm gonna poison you!" Yeah. So she's no help.
How old is she?
She's 85 and she's blind in an eye. And she's got a big crazy tumor on her hip that she won't get rid of. It's the size of a golf ball. She has cancer on her face, which she keeps saying is a pimple. I'm like, Ma, you got cancer on your face. No, I'm not going to the doctor. Let it take upon my face. It's horrifying, bro. It's horrifying to watch. Yeah. She's got this big red spot on her face with a black tip. I'm like, it's cancer. No, it's not. I've had it checked out. Like, oh, God.
Who checked it out? One of her friends?
It's
right.
It's like they reach a point. And I think every parent says it at some point to their kid. They go, "Oh, if I ever get to that point, you
take me out.
Take me out."
Yeah.
And then they get to that point, and you go, "Like, am I supposed to take them out?"
Right.
She said it
Am I
years
supposed
ago.
to?
Yeah.
Right. I guess, in the old days, they jump off a cliff or something. I don't know what they
fucking do.
I'm going to go feed myself to the lions.
Yeah, they just walked themselves into the woods to die.
Right.
Carv Brooks was here on a beam and just fucking.
My dad, I used to listen to Sam Kinison, and he would go, when I'm at the age, when I'm at the toilet, and it's just dripping out, just kill me. And I hear that over my dad, whenever he wears, like his piss, it just trickles out. It trickles out, and it doesn't go in the toilet, it goes all over his pants. And I go, Dad, you don't see the peel? He's like, I don't get it. Am I going on a fashion show? Am I going on a fashion show? And he's got piss all over his pants.
Fashion show.
It's so sad.
What an old school guy, though.
Is. But I will say, I brought him on I bring him to Iowa. You're going to freaking, Jimmy and you would, all of you would love him in public because he's beyond shocking and he knows exactly what he's doing.
He does.
We go into this Italian restaurant, and this waiter, he tests every waiter that comes up. It comes up, hi, today's are you a fag? No, sir. No, sir, but, I have nothing against him. All right, Chris Scram. Now the guy comes up, and he goes, man, you look like a badass. You used to be in the military. Now he's in World War II. Now these guys are getting dirtier and dirtier. He comes over, you know what the specials is, and he goes, "Yeah, it's my weenie." And you got to look around and make sure no one's hurt him. And now the kid's playing with him. He comes back, and the kid's like, I just checked with the whole staff, and apparently your weenie's not that special. So now he's got a friend. The worst, though, and he says is so freaking. The manager comes over. Because now they know who I am and all this jazz. Magic comes over and he brings a dessert tray with some other lady. And he goes, is any of these, these are our desserts. He goes, any of them taste like pussy? And I'm like, Dad. And the waiter's like, oh, well, absolutely, go for the cream brulee. That's like my father. So he still has his wits, but unless you're shocking and dirty humor, he wants nothing to do.
He doesn't want to do
it.
He
wants nothing to do.
Yeah,
he wants to go shocking and dirty. He wants to go filthy. You know, every trip is, are we getting laid? Dad, what are you going to do? I still got a tongue. Dad. So he has that wit about him.
He's still a guy.
Yeah.
But if you ask him what year it is, it's 1986.
Oh,
really?
You're good enough, close enough.
That's it. Yeah.
Cares.
I had to get him out of the hospital that way. They kept asking him. This is what he said. They say, Mr. Brewer, how you feeling? Terrible. What's the matter? I'm pregnant. Is he crazy? He's always like that. What year is it? Who gives a shit? Who's the president? Who gives a shit? All right, we got to keep him in here. I'm like, no, he's fine.
No, that's him.
That's him.
That's exactly how
He's out.
About it.
he's supposed to be.
I'm signing him out.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
You
Get
know,
him in there. Oh,
it is
my
what
God.
it is. You laugh at it, or
Yeah, what are you going
or
to
you
do?
sit there and go, oh, this is the worst. You know, what are you going to do?
Yeah, other people can just fucking sit there though, and
It's hilarious.
Ruins their life too.
It's
You
funny.
Just sit there, but
Are you embarrassed or do you just embrace it? Because I get so embarrassed about nonsense. I shouldn't.
I used
Really?
to.
You used to be embarrassed and
I get embarrassed when he says certain things to. I don't mind for the guys, but it's in front of women.
yeah.
You know, like, well, I get embarrassed when he shits himself. Yeah, it's mortifying. It's mortifying. To be in public, it's just mortifying to have an old man, because he's that guy. Don't you picture yourself seeing an old man again and their pants are soiled? You're going, ew, put him away.
Oh, fuck.
Take him out. I'm like, no, it's my dad. So yeah, sometimes it's a little.
You carry like wet naps and stuff? Like
I bring a hose, Jimmy. Wet naps don't do the job.
You
on
got to
that
be
thing.
the greatest son of all time.
Yeah, I'm a bad son.
I don't know if I
Listen to
can
Jim.
handle that
To
to that extent. I've done some shit.
If you see that
But-
look, well, you won't.
Yeah,
but
my dad's gone now.
If you
but-
see that look in a relative or a close friend, just that look of, man, I'm so sorry. You go, all right, let me. All right, let me go back to smoking pot and get some music, and
I haven't
we'll
joined
get through this thing here.
I haven't joined the club where you wipe your own parents' ass. I got
It's not fun, bro.
I got a few in my family that have though. I just have not crossed that barrier yet.
We
I
make
just
it an
can't
event.
Fucking do it.
We make it an event. We really do. We turn on Johnny Cash. We turn on Hank Williams.
Yeah.
And he gets all hopped up, and we just talk about everything else while I'm scraping his ass.
Unbelievable.
And he's
Wow.
mortified. He's just like, yeah, when's our next road trip? Oh, not so hard, goddammit.
Oh shit!
Can't you just throw him in a shower at that point?
Sometimes you don't want to throw him in a shower because it's a big production.
Okay.
And he fights it like a lion. I just showered yesterday. I don't need a shower. I just need a shave.
Jimmy, would you wipe your own parents' ass?
I guess if you have to.
That's a tough call, man. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, I mean,
Thank God I have a lot of brothers and sisters.
right now I just think I'd pull out a list of things that I had wanted to discuss as a child that didn't get talked about first. But no, I guess you have. Does having kids make it easier though? Because you've done that with
I
your
don't think
daughters. It's different, totally different.
No, that's a different beast, man. It's the stench alone is a completely different beast. The kids are no problem. They don't really smell. It's little, and it's your own. Totally different beast. It's like people wiping their own dog or something. It's yours. When it's an adult, and I mean the stench to look at another man that way or a woman. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
looking at their junk. I'm looking at his junk like, well, my donkey don't look like that. I'm looking at is that what I'm gonna look like? It's just it's a different beast. Different beast.
better man than I. There's no fucking way
It's-
I would fucking hire someone to follow me around and do that. 'Cause
See, now
there's
that's
no way I could
That's
do
what
that.
I want to do. I want to say now that I'm watching this, I would save money so someone could do that for me, and I
Right.
want it to be an event.
Mm-hmm.
So you could still travel around, you do everything, but during the shit part, it's like now you're on
with the bell. Ding,
Yeah,
ding,
yeah.
ding, ding, ding.
There it is. There it is. You're on call.
Let's go. This is
Right
why
now.
you get money.
And then you just stand there, talk to
Yes.
them, and someone else could be.
Turn
digging
on my. Wouldn't you like your Judas Priest, Mr. Brewer? Turn on the devil's child.
Phones are lit. They're all in the club. Guys all over the place in the club.
We're
it's
all
something,
that age.
It's something no one talks about.
No, but it's real life, man.
Not in the club yet. I think I'm getting close, though.
It's real life.
I think it's going to be my turn.
Jimmy, let me
sooner
ask you
than later.
something. When your books came out, you went and did signings.
I did, yes.
How? Because I do signings tomorrow.
Yeah, we should promote it tomorrow.
Hold on,
I don't.
Well, let's promote it. 12:30 tomorrow. Borders on Wall Street, 100 Broadway.
Did
Manhattan.
you do that one?
I did not do that one. No, I did. I did the one at MSG, but it was later. I didn't do any noon signings. You're famous enough to do them. I wasn't. No,
I don't buy that.
No, honestly, that's a tougher one to do. But Jim's a more recognizable guy. It's true. He's tomorrow, 12:30 Borders on Wall Street, and also 7 p.m. Barnes and Noble in Lake Grove, Long Island. It's great. You're getting 2 of them done tomorrow. Both major bookstores.
But when you would do it, what? Like, is it weird?
It's great.
It's cool.
You never sat down and signed stuff?
I have, but
I love it, actually.
I will say
you connect with everybody that you know, is a fan of you.
The book world, I'm noticing, is a lot different.
Yeah,
it's a completely different audience, and it's not like the stand-up crew. And you don't have to be hilarious.
No, you just gotta fucking sit there and sign.
I did. They invited me. The book company invited me to the National, like, freaking. Library Association. People go this like, oh, it's huge.
You gotta
It's like
go.
thousands of people in D.C. I'm like, well, what do you're a guest speaker. I'm like, all right, well, what do I get? You got to do a half hour and, read from your book. I'm like, I'm not reading from my book. So I'm following a guy, and people are sitting down listening to him. And he was, I won't say dreadful, but I'm like, oh, no. He's like, chapter 2. It was a cold, windy day and under the oak tree. And so I went, I'm going to crush this place. So I went up and I just talked. And within 20 minutes, there was a crowd. And I went, and they said, you're done. I'm like, done.
Just getting started.
Just getting started.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I'm like, this is the book world? Sign me up.
I'm in. Bye-bye comedy clubs. I'm going on a storytelling tour.
So I'm intrigued, and I just don't know what to expect.
You'll pull up to the bookstore. You'll start to worry how many people are there. How long is the line?
I'm already worried.
When you get there, you'll start to look at where does the line start.
Right.
Is that good? Like, where's the table? Like, is that a good place for the line to start? How far is the table?
How long is this going to take? If it's quick, I'm going to look stupid.
We got to give him the best pointer because it happens to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to have one of these book signings where it's sort of a bust, so you're going to find yourself talking to people a little longer.
A little more
to make sure the line never ends.
Get back here.
I do that with my DVDs.
Okay, so you know.
At the end of the show, I'm like,
I started 1989 and DVDs over here. And
we really got to go, Jim, but it was great
when we were
seeing
in Boston, we had a CD out that did really well in general, but we did a signing in downtown Boston that was a major fucking flop.
Yeah.
And we ended up talking to every person that came up for easily 5 minutes, to the point where they're like, look, man, I'm a fan, but I got things to do.
You guys are needy.
Right. Well, we didn't want the line to end, because then you're just sitting there with a fucking Sharpie in your hand looking like a dork.
Right, people go, I went to the book signing. It was really sad.
Yes, we've had that.
It was great. We sat with him. We took pictures, and there was nobody else there.
Remember that, Ant? And then you had people going, they got back on the line and said, and they had to tell you, there's no one here, so I might as well come back and get something else signed from you guys. Remember that?
yeah. Then come back around, you see the same person with a sticker. Could you sign this?
But then you get the ones that are just, you feel like a fucking rock star. You're going to have a few of those.
Dude, you'll be great.
Yeah, you're gonna
He'll
do
be
well.
fucking phenomenal because you interact with people, which you're great at. You'll take photos because you're fan friendly, and you could talk before. Some bookstores have like a little podium, like Barnes and Noble did.
Yeah,
Borders
but
did
you're
not.
only going to have time to say hi, sign their book.
Some of them I will.
And take a quick picture. That's it, because they're going to have to move them
They move
through
those
a little
lines.
bit.
It's worth it though, man. Book signings are great. It moves a lot of books. You'll do an independent store. They probably got you in
maybe Huntington.
in some place. I'm surprised you're not in.
I'm surprised he's not doing
Bookends
Huntington.
in Jersey.
Or Huntington.
I am going to Jersey. I'm going to Tom's River.
Oh, Ocean County Library. That's Thursday, 7 p.m. Ocean County Library in Toms River, New Jersey. I was reading the book in between, like while we were talking before. Honestly, it's fucking great.
Damn.
It really is good. Because I remember the whole Chappelle Buddies fiasco, and I'm reading it like from Jim's point of view, and it's unbelievably good.
Yeah, why don't we do this? Take a break, and we'll continue talking about Jim Brewer's book, I'm Not High, because we got to talk about the SNL shit, which is amazing in there, and something I want to get into is the spirituality of you.
Ooh.
I've known you forever. I didn't know how deep you go with this God thing. So we'll talk about that a little bit as well. No, I know. You got a good take on it, though.
Yeah.
All right, so more with Jim Brewer. Stay there.
And now, this is the Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.
My first Metallica song.
This was the one?
This was the one that brought me in.
I don't know that.
This is the first one. My friend Phil said, listen to this.
And you're like, oh, this is good shit.
Yeah, and that's what happened.
Now, you're a hardcore Metallica fan.
Yeah.
Where are you at with the Black Album? Because a lot of hardcore fans
Black Album? As in Sad But True? And
all that, yeah. Unforgiven and Wherever I May Roam.
I think Sad But True is one of the greatest songs ever put out.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Wherever I May Roam is right
Wherever I
behind
May
that,
Roam
too.
is one of the best lyrics for road. I love where I'll redefine anywhere.
Some people are just like, though, the Black Album, that's when they
sold out, man.
Sold out, man. Well,
it's a great album.
It's a great album.
It's an amazing album.
I love the last song, Struggle Within, which got no airplay. That's one of my favorite songs. Struggle Within. Struggle. That I love that song.
I love the new album.
This is great. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna take no shit. They want to play rough. We'll show them rough.
This is shit that's got to be blaring from helicopters.
Right, you're in top.
Missiles are just flying.
You got your flag and you're on a horse. Boys, this is when freedom reigns. To the enemy! Take your shoes off! Now you're running across the fields. Turn this part up. Here they go. Go! Now the battle begins, and you just beat the shit out of them blindside. I don't know what happened to you. Oh my God, you're taking over!
Giant armies colliding in the middle of the field.
The big Lord of the Rings scene.
Release the prisoner.
That was the best scene ever. Release the prisoners. And he starts tossing their heads.
Yeah, that guy's fucked up. That guy's fucked up now.
His eyes all droopy.
Release the prisoner.
Fucking Metallica.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah. So what
are those guys up to?
You know what I love? I think they're torn. They're all in Europe and there and this and that. I like.
You got a Lars story in the book.
You never heard that story?
That one I didn't hear before. No.
You never heard the knapsack story?
Nope.
The knapsack.
Are you kidding me?
You want to tell it on the show? It's up to you.
This is hilarious. Lars. First of all, Lars is the most intense. Like, you want to define a rock star? It's Lars. Lars has got, he's just, his intent. You see where the intensity comes from. He's got that intensity. Dude, I'm ready to take over the world right now. I've had these conversations where he's like, where it would just be me and him. He's like, me and fucking you right now. We'll take over. Let's fucking do it. We'll start the revolution right here. And he gets me hopped up. This was years ago. You know what? My wife was pregnant. All right. So you can understand that. Oh, she's pregnant. And I'm going through that whole little fluffy babies on the way stage. Mm-hmm. And Lars gives a call. God, this is like 98, something like that, 99 maybe. And he goes, dude, what are you doing this tonight? And I said, I'm playing Down the Village. Let's fucking hang out and I'm going to meet up with some friends. It's going to be great. So we go down. We go to the cellar. He watches me at the cellar. We then go downstairs to the bar at the bottom of the Comedy Cellar. I'm sorry.
Boston, you mean?
I mean Boston.
Boston.
We go up, I do a spot at Boston, and then we go to the bar downstairs. And when we're downstairs, now, on the way over, we cabbed it, and some kid from NYU left his knapsack with all his books and notebooks, and I felt awful for them. All my nieces and nephews are in college. And I know how much they spend on these books and all that. So you know what? I'll be a nice guy. How cool will this be? Guy from Saturday Night Live is going to send him back his books. Well, this is a thorn in Lars's ass from the minute I get it. From the minute I get it, he's like, dude, what are you doing with the fucking nap? Get rid of the fucking knapsack. It's ridiculous. You look like a fag walking around with this fucking knapsack. So I'm walking around with this thing. I said, I'm going to give it back. Why does the knapsack bother you? It's fucking stupid. Fuck that guy. He's irresponsible. Fuck him. It'll teach him a lesson. So we're now downstairs. Now, I'm like, what a great guy, hero. I've hung out with him a couple times. Well, it's the first time I really partied out in public with him. And this kid comes up. He obviously knows who Lars is, and he's walking. He's like, dude, can I have a cigarette? Can I bum a cigarette off you? That's his approach to the hot chick. Hey, can I bum a cigarette off you, Mr. Rockstar? Lars turns around, and he goes, dude, did it ever fucking occur to you that sometime tonight before your evening started, you would fucking be engaging in cigarettes? No, I work hard for these fucking cigarettes. And I'm going. And the kid's looking at him like, what's your problem, man? What's your problem? So I'm like, Lars, it's cool. He's like, dude, it's not cool. Don't fucking go buy your own cigarettes. Well, whoa,
Jesus, that's intense.
This is not what I intended. I've never seen that reaction from someone asking for a cigarette. So, I mean, he must get it all the time or whatever. So,
yeah.
I said, let's get out of here. Because now this kid's with like 8 friends, and they went from Metallica rocks to, dude, we'll take you. We'll take you, you little punk. And then that fag with the knapsack, we'll take him too. So we leave. We do a shot or whatever, and we leave out in the street. He tears the knapsack off my back. I said, what are you doing? And he tosses it across the street, hits some chick in the leg, and it opens up, and the bags go all over. And he's walking down the village going like this. There's your fucking knapsack, huh? Huh?
What's wrong with
Are we hanging? Fuck the knapsack, huh? Huh? So we start heading towards 6th Avenue. And we get 6th Avenue, and there's a busy road on a Saturday night. And it's, it's like 1 a.m, whatever, and cars he doesn't wait for the green light. He starts crossing the street, and cars are, they're screeching, and they pull in front of him. He starts banging their hood. What the fuck, huh? You fucking want to hang out, huh? Get out of the fucking car, huh? I'm like, Lars, what are you doing? Chill out. And he keeps getting in my face, go, we hanging or what? So now he, like a rock star, he's walking over parked cars, like stepping on the trunk, walking over the tops and the hoods, and then hopping off like this is it. I went, I don't know if I could live up to this. I talk a great game, but I don't know if I can live up to this status.
That's a whole nother story, yeah.
This is a whole different beast.
Yeah.
I can't. So he brings me to this private club, and this is when it was, we go to this club, and it was like, it's on 7th Avenue somewhere, I don't know where, and you have to go up the stairs, and it's really dark, and they know who he is, and we get up there, and if a bomb went off in this room, half the music industry would be collapsed.
Really?
Wow.
It was Dave Matthews, one of the Backstreet Boys, the guy who wears the cowboy hat, which Backstreet Boys back then were huge. Right. Owls in Chains, a couple guys from Owls. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Gwyneth Paltrow, and there were like 2 other people that you look at and you go, "Oh my God, that's like
I know that guy.
Yeah, that guy's like the queen of fucking Wales. The guy's the queen of And it was very surreal, very dark, had a creepy vibe, and I just remember, I went, you know what, man, I'm going to head home. Lars's face was like, I just left an orgy. He's like, what? Are you fucking leaving? I said, my wife's pregnant. What the fuck? Dude, you can't just fucking leave. We're fucking hanging out with a fucking knapsack. And who are you, man? I said, my wife's pregnant. It's 2 a.m. I don't know. Dude, what the fucking go? Just, all right, man. We'll see yourself another time. What the fuck? And the next morning he called up. He's like, he went to Ben Affleck's and Matt Damon, which was bizarre because his first wife used to date Matt Damon.
Oh, really?
Hence the Skylar in the movie in Good Will Hunting. You know how Matt Damon's character fell in love with the girl named Skylar.
Right.
That's her real name. And so Skylar used to really date Matt Damon, and then Lars eventually married that Skylar. And I'm like, you're hanging out with the guy that used to, like, be with your wife, man? It's fucking weird, you know? Fuck that guy. You won. Move on.
Did he care or no?
No. He's like, they're great guys. They're great. And they are. It's, hung out and talked to them. Ben Affleck was a lot bigger than I thought. So I would never trash talk him because he will kick my ass.
Yeah, really?
Oh, he's a big
way
guy?
big. I remember him that night. He's bigger than I anticipated. I'm like, I would never say anything about this guy.
Right.
And they're like Boston. Like I wouldn't play around.
They got Boston in their souls,
Yeah,
right?
and they were very, very cool. But yeah, that was my big night hanging out with. And I had other nights with him, but never this.
I was going to ask you if he ever called you again after that experience.
Never really called for years after that. Until I played.
Fuck that.
Until I played San Francisco and he came. We went to the house and hung out.
You were a pussy.
I was a pussy.
You pussied out.
I pussied out.
You couldn't keep up with him.
I pussied
You
out.
should have walked down the parked cars. You should have fucking booted that knapsack right from the start.
Punch a few cabbies in the face.
Yeah, like everything.
Something.
It's so out of I
was looking for something.
I
from
couldn't
you.
go there.
You were friends with him before Hetfield, though, right?
Yes. Definitely.
You're better
Lars was
friends with
first.
Hetfield, though, right?
Yeah, he's more my level, more my speed.
Yeah.
Dogs, cats, family.
Yeah.
The end of the night, he's
More
just
stuff to
sitting
relate
down,
to.
like, I'm gonna go play with the dog. Yeah, me too. I'll stick around.
Play with the dog. Yeah.
You watch Simpsons? Yeah, I watch Simpsons. You watch Simpsons? Yeah, so I watch Simpsons.
Right, just easy stuff.
Right. I'm not gonna be walking into clubs at 4 a.m. Dude, what the fuck, huh?
Doing shots
Fucking
and yelling at people that
knapsack.
want cigarettes.
That's awesome.
You introduced me to those guys in '97 because they date every autograph they sign. They just put their first name in the date. Lars 97, James 97.
Was it Garden?
SNL.
Oh,
they were doing,
wow.
they did,
You and Florentine. Was it Florentine there, too?
I think so.
or-
They did Fuel and Memory Remains.
Wow.
We got to watch them warm up. They had to time it in between commercials.
Right.
So they did like 8 times each song.
Yes.
And Marianne Faithfull came, and
Yes.
they fucking, Hetfield hated her. I remember that.
Wait, well, this is funny because eventually we go to Lars's house, and Lars is very cool. Like, as a guy, most phenomenal guy ever. So we go in his basement, and James comes over, and Lars is like, dude, it's fucking huge. James is here. He never comes to hang out. So I'm down there, and I go, listen. And I'm comfortable enough. I guess I've had some cocktails. So I'm like, dude, what's up with the memory? Like, who invited that chick? And Lars's head is sweating, and James is going, the more I would ride it, the harder he would laugh. And then I realized, like, oh, I guess that was
Lars'
And Lord's like,
idea.
dude, she used to date one of the guys from the Stones. I'm like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Marianne Faithfull.
Mick
whatever
Jagger
it
was fucking her.
Yeah, who cares?
Who cares? Did she fucking? I hate that.
I liked that at the end of Memory Remains. I liked it. I really.
Stinks.
No, it's good. It's good.
It stinks.
Not my favorite.
She's lovely. She did a lovely.
hated that.
She did a lovely version of As Tears Go By. Please. She's a lovely lady. I liked that at the end of the song. It was just weird.
So she just wrecked it.
Wait, was Lars kind of what's the word?
It was-
Deferential to the Stones.
Yes. It was very. He's
That is so fucking funny,
he's geniusly tapped into like music is an art to him.
Would he have acted that same crazy way? I think if he's walking around with Charlie Watts. What do you think? You would have been a little mellower.
Maybe a little mellower. Maybe. I remember. I remember seeing them. I don't know if I told you guys. They did this Music Cares Foundation thing, and I guess the music industry too. They have certain people they look up to, and who's is it? Tom Waits, the guy.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about him, so not to disrespect. I don't care. So the big thing for the night is Tom Waits is playing. All right, and it's Velvet Revolver's there, Alice in Chains, Ozzy's there, all these freaking. Sandra Bullock's there with Jesse James years ago. Metallica there. Fucking Flea and that whole jazz is there. So I do a thing there, and I'm just like, oh, wow, there's major musical heavyweights in here. But everyone's on eggshells because Tom Waits is coming, right? So there's an MC there, Greg Bernhardt. Greg Bernhardt.
He has a show, right?
He had one, whatever.
Yeah, I think he was in the building yesterday, actually.
Okay, yeah.
Glasses, right?
He's hosting. And I have to say, he did a phenomenal, because when he was hosting this, I went, good luck.
Yeah.
He was phenomenal. So he's hosting this thing, and now they go, ladies and gentlemen, Tom Waits. And he doesn't come out. And Tom Waits is coming now. Supposedly Tom Waits had to get a certain piano, and they got the piano. He didn't like the way it looked, so they had to ship another piano. And if there's alcohol served, he's not entering the bill. Whole big thing.
Holy shit!
With Tom Waits,
what an asshole.
So everyone's afraid to say it. Now it's been like 5 awkward minutes, and people are not talking. And Greg Bernhardt comes out. He's like, I swear he's going to be out. Who breaks the tension? Ozzy. Ozzy goes, well, come on, Tom. We ain't got a fucking night. It's not a fucking Beatle. Let's go.
Did he say that?
Yes.
He's not a fucking Beatle.
And he came out, and then sure enough, Tom Waits finally came out. But until Ozzy said that, he broke all the tension. It was the funniest.
That's great.
I think it was one of the most memorable things I ever saw, and I belly laughed so.
That's great.
Come on, Tom. You ain't got a fucking night now. Jesus Christ, he's fucking fucking. He's not a fucking Beatle.
Unbelievable.
Oh, it's awesome.
Hey, Brewer's here. His new book is called I'm Not High. The book is great. He's going to be doing book signings all over the country. But tomorrow, right here in Manhattan at Borders on Wall Street, 100 Broadway at 12:30. And then tomorrow night, Barnes & Noble in Lake Grove, Long Island at 7 o'clock. But talks about the SNL years. My favorite story in the book about SNL was meeting Joe Pesci.
You never heard that, man?
I just about that chapter now.
You know, we've heard
bits and pieces.
Thank you. Over the years, because we've known you forever, you've told all these stories on the air, off the air, hanging out at comedy clubs way too late after you're done doing your thing. But you went into detail about meeting Joe Pesci.
Oh, that was.
You really thought he was going to fucking whack you or something the first time you met him.
I grew up with some characters, so I know that world kind of exists. And when he came in, I went from, I really thought I was going to be in all the Goodfellas movies. I really thought, and this is my door opening to, I'm out of SNL.
Right.
If De Niro's watching me and Scorsese's watching me and Pesci's watching me, that's my ticket. Bye, guys. I'm out of here. So he comes, I walk in, it was the most surreal moment in my life. I walk in, he's just sitting there, like just to see him. For me, that was such a, it's like, there's God.
Yeah.
And then there's Pesci. There's Pesci, and I walk in, and he's got the suit on. He's smoking a cigar. He's got a pinky ring, and he's got cufflinks, and he's going on. He's just staring at me, and I'm like, oh, Mr. Pesci, wow, I'm so excited. I can't thank you enough for being here. He's like, yeah, sit down. He goes, you going to thank me for giving you a career? I laugh, and I think it's funny, and then he starts going on some gibberish talk about, of all things, Beavis and Butthead.
He's like, I like comedy. I like the Butthead, the Beavis and Butt. They're funny. And then he starts dropping some names and like gibberish. He's like, me and Jack, we were talking the other day. Me and Jack and Bobby, we were having dinner together and blah, blah. And I'm just like, did he just say Jack as in Jack Nicholson and Bob as in De Niro? Like, what the fuck is going on? And then he got dead serious. And he goes, are you Italian? I said, no, I'm not Italian, but I grew up in Long Island. And I didn't ask you, grew up with Italian. I said, are you Italian? Are you fucking Italian? I said, no, I'm not Italian. And where do you get off saying Dago, Wop, Guinea? I never hear Spick or Monkey or Mick. I never hear that. But you have no fucking problem saying Guinea, Wop, Dago when you're on a fucking show? It bothers me to say that, especially when you're not a little fucking guinea. That bothers me. And I thought he was kidding. And I went, well, it's the writers. I said it's the writers.
On the writers.
Pass the buck.
Nice.
And he goes, you mean Frank? Yeah, I talked to the writers. So he already knew.
Oh, shit, yeah.
He already knew one of the writers. He goes, Frank, but here's the thing. I'm an actor, you're an actor. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what the script says. It doesn't matter what anyone writes. It what comes out of your mouth. That's what people listen to. They don't give a shit who wrote it. So, again, it don't bother you that you say such racial slurs like Guinea, Wop, and Dago when you're not even Italian? And I just sat there like, whoa, is this really? And like an idiot, I said, you should hear what they really want me to say.
All of a sudden, you're a kid.
I really was.
I didn't do it.
I really was. And he goes, and now, as I'm saying, I'm like, no, don't say this. And as it comes out, he goes, like what? Like what? And I went, well, it's not really you. He's like, no, tell me, what do they really want you to say? What do they really want you to say? I said, it's more about De Niro. What do they say about De Niro? Now, like, oh, God. I said, well, they write a lot of jokes about him dating black chicks. He goes, now that's funny. You should say that. That's fucking funny. Now that's funny. That's humor. And then he went this whole tangent about how his grandfather came here and he helped build half Lower Manhattan and his family built it. I'm not an animal. You portray me as an animal. I'm not an animal. I don't walk around beating people in this. You portray me like I'm some kind of monster. You're doing a character of characters of me in a movie, and I don't appreciate the way you portray me. And I sat there and I asked him are you being serious?
Yeah,
and then he took it to he's like, yeah, I'm being fucking serious. Of course I'm being serious. Don't want bother. It's like that family members going, oh, you gotta see this guy. He's always portraying you as a savage. You beat people up, and he goes, and Bobby, by the way, he's a little more intelligent than the way you make him. We'll do a little bit, a little this. He's not a fucking retard. I'm going, oh my God. I really thought he was gonna take out a contract and go, now from now on, anything you make, you gotta come to me. Yeah. And you sign right here. And I own you from that. I really thought that was going down. And it ended with me almost, I'm not exaggerating. It was part of me wanted to cry. I really did.
That would have been fucking hysterical.
Did you explain this is happening on the SNL set, basically? This wasn't in a bar.
No, this is in a green room.
Yeah, Brewer's getting ready to go on SNL and perform.
Yeah. This is a green room.
This is the last thing you want to deal with before you go out there.
And he says, I said to him, listen, I never meant to offend you. And again, he goes, you never meant to offend me, then you shouldn't say these fucking words. And he goes off again. I said, please just hear me out. I go, if you listen to sketch, I listen to sketch. It's why I'm here. I said, well, I never call an Italian a name. I always refer to the people on the panel as what do you think I'm some kind of... And he goes, don't fucking imitate me in front of me. I don't like that. So I go, excuse me. I go, what do you think I'm some kind of whacked out wop? What do you... Are you accusing me? And that's why, as your character, I get mad at the other guy. And I said, you know what? I will never do the sketch again. I watched Goodfellas. I thought it was the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life. I watched Easy Money and all the movies you were in. You're just my favorite actor. I used to imitate you as a child. And that's how I got the sketch. I was imitating you. And they said, we need to write this as a sketch. And I never, ever intend on. I said, forget it. Forget the sketch. I'll never do it again. He went, oh, you do it again because we're going to fucking do it. I'm busting your chops. The fuck? I'm busting your chops. Why you getting all hopped up? But I swear to God, to this day, I think he was dead serious.
Really?
Yeah. Because years later, I saw Bruno Kirby. And I'm telling you, man, all those guys say that. I'm telling you. The way they shake your hand and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And Bruno Kirby, this is what he said to me. It freaked me out. He goes, so I heard you met Joe. I said, yeah. He goes, how did that go?
How did that go?
Yeah, you know what? He scared me, and he just kind of smiled. And then he asked me, which is another freaky story I don't want to get into because I'm just scared to death about it.
Holy shit.
He goes, you like doing movies like this? I went, yeah. He goes, I think you'll be doing more movies like this. But it was that's a whole different subject.
Wow, that is
And we'll spend
weird,
another whole
man.
freaking day doing this, but I'm afraid I'll get whacked. I don't even want to talk about it.
I don't even want to talk about it.
But,
intense.
dude, and then it ended by him going, which Jimmy would freaking love. He goes, now listen, Jim. He started calling me Jimmy and Jimbo, which I instantly was like, oh, God. Thank God this is over. He's going, Jimbo, here's what we're doing. Here's how it goes down. You tell me how to do the sketch, and then I tell Bobby. Bobby ain't doing no dress rehearsal bullshit. He goes, they tell us we got to hear for dress. We ain't doing no dress rehearsal bullshit. Bobby don't do that. So I tell Bobby, we'll come on, we do. You don't have a problem with that, right? We're like, no problem. As soon as they left, I ran to Lorne. I'm like, Lorne, is that not doing it? And that's when I realized how powerful Lorne was. Because I said, he's not coming. And Lorne just calmly drinking his soda. He's like, he'll be here. I went, I'm telling you, he said De Niro. He said, De Niro will be here for the dress. And he held out all the way until the sketch started. When the sketch started, I looked over. De Niro was not there, and they said De Niro's not showing up because he just found out the show was live. That's how cool he was back then. Never did TV ever. This is his first TV appearance ever. So he found out the show was live. I'm not doing it. No. I don't do live. I don't do live. I'm not doing live. Jesus. So they dressed up Daryl Hammond as a fake De Niro to walk out with Pesci, which was so stupid. So they were going to have a real Pesci, fake De Niro, talking to me, the fake Pesci, and Colin Quinn as a fake De Niro.
Yeah.
And when the sketch started, I looked over to Daryl. I went, Daryl, please tell me he's here. And he went, I'm sorry, he's not here. And so we started the sketch.
It's a good Daryl, by the way.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Captured his soul.
Yeah. And I was depressed, and I felt bad for Rob Lowe because I gave him nothing, and I half-assed the sketch. And I went, oh, and that's it. That's a joke. And all of a sudden I heard, and I turned around, and I saw the famous hat and the look, and De Niro and Pesci standing, and I got chills just thinking about it. And I just remembered him. He smelled like wine. He reeked of red wine. And he never blurred his line. Every time it was time for his lines, it would just be dead air, and Pesci would nudge him. And Pesci would give a nudge, and then De Niro would go like, De Niro literally looked at Pesci, and he goes, what? He goes, and he goes, whoa. And he points at Colin Quinn. He goes, who are you supposed to be? 20 minutes of ovations. And then in between the shows, Lorne sits you down. This is what Lorne says. Jim, you really have to interrupt the ovation. I can't have 3 minutes of just screaming. You need to get into this. I'm like, I'm not cutting off.
Yeah, you're cutting him off.
That, right?
And if you watch the rerun to this day, I half-ass the first 30 seconds while they're on. Then you go on YouTube and watch it.
Yeah.
While they're on, I'm going, Mr. Pesci, Mr. De Niro. I'm saying it so low because I'm not stopping the crowd from going nuts.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Colin was fucking hysterical on that too.
Colin Quinn, remote control.
He was
Colin
great.
By the way,
really funny
Lauren
on
got
that.
fucking De Niro on Fallon's show. He was the first guest.
Dude.
You're right.
Oh,
Lauren's
really?
a powerful guy.
Powerful.
He's a powerful dude, man.
Powerful.
He got De Niro to do an interview on Fallon's, who's not the interviewer like that Letterman is, or a lot of guys who've been doing it for 20 years.
Dude, Lauren
That is huge.
powerful.
God.
His best friend's a Beatle. Show's over.
Who?
McCartney.
Are they friends?
Yes. Dude, Lauren's powerful.
That was one of the.
He couldn't get the Beatle thing together, though. It came close, right?
No, that was a bit that was hysterical
But
years and years and years ago. When like
What was it?
he was
Lennon
a
and
kid.
McCartney.
It's
was
so funny to see
sitting around and
Lauren-
going, "Let's go to SNL," and it almost happened. I forgot the story.
I just
but-
remember the bit from when Lauren was like a fucking kid. It was the first season, I think, of SNL.
He looked so young,
and
yeah.
he looked like it's not even the same guy. It's
No.
a complete different entity now.
Yeah.
But he came out with a check for like $1,000.
Oh,
He goes,
okay,
"I'm
right.
offering the Beatles $1,000 to appear on this show," and it was like you're watching, going, "This is ridiculous."
Right.
It's hysterical.
But then the other side of that, they were going to do it as a goof and just walk on one
Maybe
night.
later, yeah, much later.
It was in a few of the Beatles books that they were thinking about. It came really close to just
for
doing
them?
it.
Wow.
I don't remember now. I think it was just Lennon and McCartney.
Oh, that's
hanging
right.
around.
Lauren even goes
One
he
night
says-
in New York.
He said something like, you could split it up however you want. You could give Ringo less.
That's funny.
That was good, man.
I got all jealous when I saw that Dana Carvey special when he talked about smoking a joint with Paul McCartney and Lorne Michaels. And I was like, you were
Wow, that is
out with McCartney.
pretty good night.
Yeah.
That's all
Ozzy's
right.
a big McCartney fan too. He speaks very very hero worship. He talks
Yeah.
about McCartney the way I talk about him. It's humiliating.
Dude, all the English guys.
Lemmy.
Brian Johnson, AC/DC. I saw him down in Florida. He spoke a half hour on McCartney. He's like,
Wow.
Jim, I'm telling you, my son, it's the greatest thing you ever seen in your life. He comes out and he you ever hear the Blackbird song, the little Bluebird song? He goes into the store, he sits down, it's a nice setting, and he tells about his first time in America. And he says, we came to America and we said, this is the greatest new land in the world, and the open-mindedness of the whole situation, and we couldn't wait to be here. And then we went on a bus and we noticed the Negroes were in the back. And that's when we realized, wow, maybe this country isn't as far advanced as we thought it was. So that's why we wrote, we never finished the lyrics. So this is for me and George. And he goes into the little blackbirds. It's a bit, and I was like, I never knew that's what that song was about.
No clue.
A black chick on the bus. I thought it was about a bird.
What the fuck is that about?
But the way he talked,
They worship McCartney.
They worship
All of them.
McCartney.
I knew Ozzy did, but I was surprised when I asked Lemmy because Lenny, he's just a crank animal. Lemmy's an animal.
Yeah. Right.
And he's like, I mean, like a hero worship. It's really great.
Yeah.
I love the fact that those guys love him.
Yes. And then it makes you wonder more about, let me investigate him more. He really is a god. He's a god.
And he's a fan of mine, which was weird because it's like circular.
Lemmy?
No, McCartney.
Oh, sick.
I made that up.
Oh, wow.
He wouldn't know me if I jumped up and down yelling Beatles.
You never know.
No, I
You
just
never
wanted.
know.
I just wanted to see what that felt like coming out. Wonderful, by the way. Wonderful.
A lot of SNL stories in the book, Brewer.
Yeah.
I like your Chris Farley stuff. I like that, you're talking about hanging out with Tracy Morgan and the crazy fucking times you guys got into.
Tracy's with the raping Will. We used to repeatedly rape Will.
That's right.
We used to rape Will Ferrell just to make him break character because he dressed up as a character for like 2 straight weeks. It was so annoying. It was so annoying because you're like, Will. He's like, I'm not Will. I'm Ron Burgundy.
Right. Enough already.
All right, well, Ron, can we talk? He's like, I'm busy this week with art. And so this went on for weeks and weeks. And Tracy could never pronounce his name right. He called him Ferrell. Will Ferrell. He'd be like, let's play characters and break Will Ferrell. Let's rape him. And we, so me, Colin Quinn, and Tracy repeatedly fake raped him for hours. We leave him in a dumpster, take his clothes off. And he would never break character. It was so obnoxious.
That's nasty.
Will Ferrell. Tracy would be in the doorway as we're fake rape, as we're literally pulling his pants down. Tracy be in the doorway with an unlit cigarette going, hurry up and save me some of that.
Madman.
How many years were you on?
Maniac.
Just 3.
Oh, that's okay. I thought it was actually less than that. 3.
3 years. And that was just enough.
You like Lauren? You guys have a good relationship?
I thank God I love Lauren. Always really respected Lauren. And I always... Lauren's one of those guys that... they're like a hidden prophet. He comes and tells you, and about 3 years later, you go, "Oh shit! Now I understand what he was saying." And he would always go out of his way to give me advice. And even at the end when I said I really wanted to quit because I couldn't stand the head writer there anymore, and he's like, "Jim, you're too nice for this industry. You're too nice for the show." It first started off with him going, "Why don't you take him out to dinner?" I'm like, "All right, I'll call him and I'll see him at dinner." But, and the guy totally denies. Like, "Oh, dude, I'm not trying to fire you. No, I'm not getting, I know you are."
Is he still there or no?
No, he went off and started writing for Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. He writes for Will Ferrell.
I did Colin Quinn show when he did the Monday night live. I did 2 of the 3, and we had to go in and pitch. We had to go into Lauren's office and have those meetings. So I knew who Lauren was, of course.
Yeah.
But the impact didn't have a big deal on me because I was never an SNL fan. But in hindsight, I realized that was a very nerve-wracking experience.
Well,
those 2 weeks.
As you move on, you realize, wow, this guy is a king.
Yeah.
He's a king. So be careful. This is when I realized how powerful Lorne Michaels was, too, because whenever I go out to Hollywood, try to get a deal, whatever, a lot of times the first question they ask, everything good with you and Lorne? And you're like, well, what's that got to do with this? What's this got to do? They
don't want to fuck shit up.
He's bigger than everyone thinks he is, man. He's bigger than everyone thinks he is.
When was the last time you watched a Saturday Night Live?
When De Niro hosted.
Really?
I was on the road, and I was dying to watch when De Niro hosted.
When was that?
I want to say it was Fallon was still on, so I want to say it was years ago. So, and De Niro put on the elf. He dressed up as an elf, and he was like this little flaky elf, and I was howling. It was a great episode. And then Freddie Armisen, I graduated high school with. So once in a while, I would see what Freddie's up to.
Wait, did you guys know each other in high school? And
We
all that?
did.
That's so weird. That's fucking
That
weird.
is an odd little thing.
Yeah.
I don't think Freddie. I don't know this for a fact. Freddie was into his own. Freddie had a mohawk before mohawks were cool.
So it looked like a lunatic.
Yes,
Yeah.
but he wasn't a lunatic. He was. I can't explain it. His beautiful sister.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Older or younger?
Younger. I was friends with his sister. Sister was just drop dead beautiful. Freddie, he always made. I don't think he liked me. I don't think he liked my. He was into like his own little crowd, and his crowd was like they were into Dead Kennedys or really obscure bands.
A little too hip for you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
To this day, I'm
more
sure.
straightforward rock guy.
I was a little not bothered, but when he got Saturday Night Live, I was excited. Like, oh wow, a guy from my high school, and I tried everything to get him on radio. I tried everything and every time I talked, he was just very distant and refuses. And I went, all right.
He wouldn't come on your radio show?
No.
Maybe you were an asshole in high school.
Maybe he thought you were banging his sister.
Yes.
Trust me,
That goes
I
back
never
to high
did.
school.
But maybe that's what he thought.
Maybe. No, he would have known.
It has to do with
He
high
would've
school.
known.
Something happened in high school.
I think so.
Maybe you banged a chick that he liked.
I can assure you I didn't. Because I was dating a girl from a Catholic. So it wasn't even. I never dated anyone from my high school. So maybe it was my Judas Priest denim jacket that bothered him.
Yeah, you were probably just one of the.
You guys would have a lot to talk about too. That's
so much.
That's weird.
So much.
Really fast. Lane in Jersey. Jim's Lauren Michael's impression sounds like Dr. Evil.
It is.
Yeah. Well,
It's
a
the
lot
same
of
thing.
Yeah. Well, they've said that character is Lauren Michaels.
Yeah, it
right?
is. Absolutely.
Yeah, Mike Myers.
Matter of fact,
came up with Dr. Evil.
Michael Myers has never.
We had him on the show once.
I have a conspiracy about Michael.
Yeah.
About him doing the Dr. Evil and all that, which I could be wrong, but here's my conspiracy. For some reason, I think For some reason, I think he left and not happy about leaving SNL. And so he wrote that movie because it's as a Saturday Night Live cast member, that movie is all about Saturday Night Live. All about Saturday Night Live. Dr. Evil is Lorne. All the people that have the henchmen, that's all like the head writers and producers. I sat there and belly laughed watching this thing. But he came on like 3 weeks before the movie came out. Because supposedly Lorne doesn't like if you imitate him or whatever. And when the movie came out, became a hit, and he never hosted again. I don't think he ever hosted SNL again. So it was his little bap, and I'm out of here.
Oh, so there's a lot of inside stuff in that movie, huh?
Oh, it's so much. I watched that. It's
a different movie for you, isn't it?
1,000%. To me, that movie is 100%.
Oh, how great is that?
Behind the scenes of SNL.
Lauren had to know.
Of course,
he probably
Dr.
saw that
Evil.
movie like,
I mean,
what
everything
the
he
fuck?
did with the thumb, he imitated Lauren to a T.
It's Lauren to a T.
To a T. And even the head writers and producers, like he'd have them all at the table. The cast members was the kid. Remember the kid who was like, Dad? That was every cast member. That represented the entire cast of Saturday Night Live.
Scott.
I'm telling you, Scott, that he represented the cast
That's
members.
the first time I'm hearing that. That's great.
Without a doubt.
That is fucking funny, man.
Before we move on from SNL,
just to fucking
yeah, I totally believe that.
I loved your Chris Farley story in the book. I just loved the fucking book.
Yeah,
I'm sounding like a fanboy, but
but you texted me and you were like,
I was
my
texting you as I was reading it.
I know
because I needed to know who was certain people in the book.
Yeah, you were like, who's this guy? And
yeah,
who's
he
that
changed
guy?
the fucking names to protect the innocent.
Yes,
or protect the guilty.
What-
Yeah.
I guess what do you have to say about Chris Farley? I mean, you don't have to tell the story in the book, but
that was more of a.
He was just in a bad fucking place when he came back to SNL. Obviously.
Well, yeah, he came
To
back.
host.
It was very bad. I was very excited to meet him. Not meet him, but work with him.
Right.
And everyone talked about him. He's the greatest guy in the world. He's the funniest guy in the world. And I didn't get it until I met him. And then I realized, oh, now I see. He just takes a room over. Takes it over. And he's got this tremendous, beautiful energy. He's like, oh, Jimmy, oh, God, I've been listening to you, Anthony. Oh, my God, when you do that voice, the eyes of God. And you instantly laugh. He's beautiful.
Yeah.
So when he came in our room, I was thinking, he's going to love me. And the first thing he asked for, he's like, Jimmy, I know you got weed. I know you got, where's the weed? And he opened up Tracy's drawer, and there was, juice. And he opened up my drawer, and he found, and back then, I'd have one hitter. So he hits that. But then he goes, after whatever he did, he goes in the office, and he starts freaking. He looked like a crack addict. And after that happened, one of the producers came up to me and Tracy, and they shuts the door, and she's like, what'd you two do?
Oh, shit.
I didn't don't give me that bullshit. He's talking about you two, your new best friends, and he's going to be hanging out with you all week. Let me tell you something. We have a 24-hour nurse. Chris Rock is here because in case there's a serious problem going on with him. You guys, if he calls you, don't answer. If he has to go out, you're not to go out. This is not funny. It's serious. This is it's bigger than you think. I'm like, okay. And Tracy was like, I'm a grown man. I got children. You call me talking to me like a child? I ain't no child. I got a grown man. I got children. You talking to me like I'm 5 years old? And I'm like, Tracy, it's cool. It's all right.
Yeah, don't fucking.
Don't worry about it. We're good. Long story. And that week he called, and my wife picked up, and she's like, Farley's on the phone. I don't know how he got my number, but that phone call shook me forever. Because he's on the phone, he's like, Jimmy, we're hanging out, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, I hear him cup the phone and walk in the bathroom. He's like, Jimmy, am I funny, man, or am I just a fat, stupid guy?
Oh, fuck.
I went, no, Chris, you're funny. He's like, be honest. No one's ever on it. Be honest with me, Jimmy. Am I just fat and stupid? Stupid, ain't I stupid? Dude, you're not and I started going into the story, how everyone talked about him, the hairdressers, the wardrobe, the grips, the camera guys, they loved you. Are you just saying that? Why do they always make me the stupid guy? And I went from, I'm going to be in Black Sheep 2 to now I'm walking him off a ledge.
Yeah.
And that week was really disturbing because I fell in love with the guy as a performer and as a person. At the same time, I really looked at the industry as cold and malice because why go through with this when this guy clearly is on the verge of killing himself by accident?
Yeah.
And why go through the trouble of walking around with a nurse? And Chris Rock is what, like, Chris, you doing? I'm here just in case. Just in case. I'm going to be in the back. And they had Chris Rock.
Just in case.
Was rehearsing all week.
Yes.
To step in just in case.
Just in case he dies or ODs.
That's how bad it was.
Fuck.
But that really that bothered me for humanity in itself.
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple months later, I couldn't stop thinking of him. I could not stop thinking of him. And I turned to my wife and I'm like, I keep getting this feeling Chris Farley's in a lot of trouble and I need to talk to him. He needs someone true. I really need to talk to him. She's like, well, then call him. I was like, I don't know. What am I going to say to him? I don't have his number. It's just, she's like, no. Every time you get that feeling, go with it. You're always on. Just go with it. So I called up the guy in the book. What do I call him? I call him, not the rat. I call him
Leon?
Leon. I call up Leon. I'm like, Leon, I need Farley's number. Yeah, what's up, Papa? I said, listen, I said, Leon, I have this feeling I need to talk to Farley. I feel like he's in trouble. I really need to talk to him. He's like, well, you'd be a great friend, man. I'll get his number. He didn't get the number. And then, I'm doing shows. And then the following 3 days later, I'm like, Leon, the number. I need his number. Oh, sorry, man. Tomorrow I'm in the office. I'll get it for you. And then he died.
Jeez.
And not that I would have changed anything, but I just remember the feeling I had was, I had this feeling inside me that was like, I told you to call him. Don't ever ignore that feeling again. This feeling's here for a reason. I'm not saying you would have saved him, but when the feeling's there, it's real. Just go with it. Just go with it. And I procrastinated. I talked myself out. I thought it was weird. That was freaky. So yeah, I was like, I will never ignore that feeling again.
That leads to the last thing.
And I watched Star Wars 10 straight times.
What?
Use the Force.
That leads to the last thing I want to talk about with Brewer. He's got like 5 minutes left. Okay. Your spirituality.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were a God guy. Known you for a really long time.
Well, I've had bizarre circumstances. I never read a Bible. I've never, not a church guy.
Were you baptized and all that? We were talking about that earlier.
No, was never baptized. My mom had a whole big thing, the Catholic Church, the Lutheran, there was fights. It's awesome freaking story. Some people might plow right through that stuff. My mom, it's a tremendous freaking story.
Yeah.
But, I've had times that freak me out. My brother, a dumb one, not a dumb one, but when my brother died, some people say it was a dream, some people say whatever, and that's fine. We don't know what it is. The day we buried him, I went to go take a nap, and fucking he completely comes, and it was only about 10 seconds, but he started talking to me. And we started talking, but his mouth wasn't moving. We were just like communicating. And he said, listen, look after my boys. And again, through the communicating, I can tell from his energy something was going to happen with the boys and there was going to be struggle within seconds, but they were going to be okay. And he went, they'll have their moments. They're going to struggle, but they'll be okay. He goes, just check in on them once in a while. Be around them. Don't worry about mom. She's got you. And don't worry about the rest of the family. And then he was leaving, and I went, whoa, Eddie, what about you? What about you? And he's like, I'm super. And what was more bizarre was,
holy shit.
2 weeks before this happened, my mom, my oldest brother, Eddie, who died, his father was killed in World War II and never got to meet him. So he was overseas while my mom was pregnant with his child and had him and blah, blah. My mom had a dream that she's like, if Lefty, she called him Lefty, if Lefty's lying, I swear to God, I'm going to slap him when I die. I said, Mom, what happened? She's like, he came to me, and it was in a tunnel, and it was raining, and he said, it's time for me to be with my son. And when he died, she's like, that bastard came to me and told me he was taking him.
Holy shit.
Yeah, man. And it was one of those, like, holy shit.
Wow. Yeah, that's
and
fucked
so,
up.
Dude, I got a million foot. Now, on a different level, his sons, now I've had and myself, I put the burden of, I want to make sure that there's, two of the sons weren't talking for a long time. And it was just beyond tragic. These boys were all-American football players, community guys. Father dies. This kid's drugs. This kid's wants drop out. It fucked the family up. Fucked them up. Now, we're in North Carolina, and I'm dying to get the boys together. And before I left, I saw the oldest son, and he's like, my brother, da-da-da-da-da. And I said, well, your dad would hate, dude, it's just, you're going to have a kid, he's going to have a kid, just, you don't know how important it is, just whatever it is, get over it, blah, blah. So I got the other son down in North Carolina. This is fucking weird. The mornings, you would know, Ope, you get out and you get the sun coming.
He goes on vacation, same place I do, Outer Banks.
I just
fucking rolls.
I got up before anyone would get up.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this fog and I start praying. I'm praying. Whatever it is. I went, God, tell me how to talk to these kids. I don't know what to say, but if you can help me out, and when the moment's right, just put them right in front of me, and I don't know what the fuck to say. So if you can help me out, dude, Eddie, if you're there, I don't know how you would do this, but your sons are fine. I know it's killing you, blah, blah. I finish, and I turn around, and I'm walking towards the beach, and nobody's on it, and there's a fucking fog near the Virginia fence. And all of a sudden, the one son who would never be up at this hour, this kid stays up all hours, and he's a partier, he's walking with his wife. And he comes out of the fucking fog, and I'm like, I start cracking up, like, are you kidding me? Like, is it now the time? And he walked up to me, and he goes, Uncle Jim, I need to talk to you because I'm not talking to my brother, and it really bothers me. And I was like,
holy shit.
And
I was just talking about this.
Well, I mean, and of course it's circumstances, but the shit that came out of me, I would have never said in my life. It was like I said, I wish I recorded. I said the most powerful.
You're just all profound and fucking brilliant.
Yes. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck it came out of me. I'm not that smart to come out with these words. Yes.
Someone was channeled.
I swear to God, it felt like that way, Anthony. And when it was done, I could tell he was changed. And 2 weeks later, they started hanging out, and then they got back together when he got home, and then that was that. I mean, those are minute compared to some of the stories. Some of the stories in there, you're like, holy shit. I don't have time. I would love to tell the Sean story, which is just, dude, I still shake when I think about this. It was.
I'm gonna fucking read goddamn book,
dude. It's weird.
In the fucking book.
It's weird, and I don't know what is it. That's why I'm not gonna say. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know, but is it The Secret? Is it God? Is it the Force? Is it energy? I've had so many of those situations in my life. It's spooky. Or as my hippie friend would say, or is it normal and everything else is fucking weird? Yes, the monsters are beating her fave down, man. That's what's going on.
We're just getting started, but unfortunately, Brewer has a 10 a.m. phoner.
Yeah. Bummer.
So do we.
This was fun.
I know.
Absolutely,
Love
Brewer.
having Brewer in, man.
That shit flew by.
It's the day easy.
Where you at with organized religion? So you believe in the God, but the organized religion messes it up, or
someone said a big
because that's how we started the show today, kind of. So.
This is someone told me a cool thing. God, the thought of understanding people, not to judge them, loving, caring, understanding, blah, blah. Great product. Salespeople suck.
The product's good. Sales blows.
The sales, no one has perfected the sales
They need
pitch
a new sales team?
because money always gets in. Once money, and there's no, but if it makes you a better person, that's fine. But
and who are we to say, right?
I saw it pretty clearly when I was a kid. And all the little Catholic kids and the Protestant kids that courted me, they're like, you don't go to church, you're going to hell, and you name one verse in the Bible. I don't know. Dude, you got to say 20 Hail Marys or you're going to hell.
Really? Is that what's important?
Yeah, what are they teaching you? What are they teaching you?
All right, we got to get you out
The
of here.
book is,
Thanks,
I'm
man.
Not High. Jim's doing a signing today. Tomorrow. Tomorrow, 12:30, Borders on Wall Street, and 7 p.m., Barnes & Noble in Lake Grove, Long Island. It's fucking great, this book,
There's
man.
a million stories we didn't even get to. Him hanging out with Rudy Giuliani
I'm more touched when Jimmy says it. No disrespect.
Oh, no
to you guys.
worries, brother. Thank you.
But,
Please, he's a published
no,
author.
comics are very harsh critics.
Thank you, buddy.
Very harsh critics.
All right, Brewer.
They're assholes. Thanks.
We'll see you soon, buddy.
Thanks, man.
See you, Jim.
The book is in your bookstore right now, Jim Brewer.
Yeah, man.
I'm Not High.
Taking it with me, and I never take the books home.
Well, you don't know what to do with them.
I know.
You hold them upside down like an idiot.
Prop up table legs with them.
Yeah.
What are you promoting, Jimmy?
I just have next weekend. Next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm at the casino. And Anthony will be up there. Foxwoods.
I'm coming up.
14, 15, 16 is Foxwoods. And I'm leaving tomorrow afternoon to go to Leno for Friday.
Nice. What are you doing on Leno?
I don't know exactly the segment. It airs Tuesday.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Big star.
It's all packed up.
Jim Norton, a big star. Oh, I'm packing. Believe me, I do it.
I'll say
It's
you
packed
are.
up.
I do it. I'm packing.
He's packed and ready to go.
Yes, he is. Me too. 1 minute.
We filled our obligation. No, it's 10 o'clock.
Once again, we fulfilled
our obligation.
I'm up 10 a.m.
I have a meeting with the accountant.
Oh, that should be fun.
Yeah. Thank God I made it a little later so I could take a little nap ski beforehand, but
Now we need thank yous because now we're going late.
that's just always.
We just did 30 seconds extra
That's
radio,
true.
Sam.
That's true.
I expect thank you notes from
Thank you
everybody
notes.
around this fucking place.
Entire
Okay.
All right.
All right, gentlemen.
So we'll do this again tomorrow.
Yes!
That's what we say now. We didn't get to the Andy Rooney, but we'll do that first thing tomorrow and more Jocktober tomorrow. And anybody coming on the show tomorrow?
I'll be here.
You're not.
Get
you're
a
just
haircut.
Sam.
Oh.
Disgusting.
No one? No guest tomorrow?
No.
All right. Thanks, guys.